Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll play more of RollerCoaster Tycoon, and we are going to be continuing our Octagon Park that has been our project for quite a while. I think more than 65 hours to be more exact, right? Because we got to year 64 or 65 or something. Although we have a problem, or I think we will be having a problem, because as I was starting the stream, my OBS was working very weird, so I couldn't even capture the game, but then now I think I managed to do it, but then I realized that the webcam was freezing, so I'll need to be paying attention to see if my webcam freezes or if the game is going to work. Anyway, OBS got kind of weird tonight. That also got some of my time that I was going to start the stream, so I had to do those extra testings. Hopefully it'll be okay. But as soon as I don't know a problem happens, then please let me know on the chat, especially the webcam, because it's hard for me to be looking at my OBS to be noticing if the webcam is working or not, especially on the setup that we went for RollerCoaster Tycoon. That now everything is on the other computer while the game is on my main computer. So I'll need to be looking back to the other monitor to see if the webcam is okay. It did freeze when I was just starting right now, although as I was still under the starting overlay, right, with the Zelda lo-fi and everything, I could easily fix it. Hopefully that's what I really needed to do, right? Like in order for it to be okay, like update it or refresh it or something. But I don't know. It could be back to like freezing. Hopefully not. But in the game also OBS didn't want to capture it, so I kind of had to do the settings again for the game. It was kind of challenging, but I think I did it. So let's test it out as well. But then just to finish the summary of the level so far, it's going to be the final coaster that we need to build for it, because last stream we built the ninth coaster, which was the ghost type gym coaster, right? And surprisingly we were able to do it completely in one day, in one stream, and even the decorating and everything is ready, so we can just move on to the final project. And I did like it a lot. I'm glad that we went for a somewhat uncommon coaster type, which was the suspended single rail coaster. I normally don't work with that. And let's see how it goes for the ground coaster. That's going to be the mine train. Yeah, the mine train coaster, that I believe it kind of fits the idea, right? And I did get ideas on my mind too, for like how to come up with this. Not sure if they're going to work, not sure of how much money we need to have in order to do the landscaping, but I think I do have an idea, so let's see what happens. But again, hopefully the stream works, especially because it is already kind of late. I'm starting this later than normal, right? But I didn't want to skip the day because I was doing a lot of things during the day, and then I ended up um, kind of comboing every little thing I had to do today. And then I ended up comboing it with more Pokemon Go playthroughs. So I kind of went to the park and then I had to come back from the park right now at night. But then, of course, part of my time was lost. But I'm still doing alright. I'm not like super tired. I can be streaming up to, I don't know, a little bit late, I guess. So let's see how that goes. Just checking. Yeah. Okay, the webcam is nice. The mic is okay. Now let's test the game, right? Because the game was being a problem too. It's going to be loud, by the way. You see, the game is not there. Come on, RollerCoaster Tycoon, why couldn't you? Yeah, we're going to do it together then, right? Why is it not capturing my game? Damn, OBS. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Windows update that I got earlier today and then it messed with OBS, I don't know. But I was struggling with this, you know. Let me reopen RollerCoaster Tycoon without changing anything. Maybe it works. Also, the webcam is fine, but the game is not being captured. Yeah. Well, in that case, let me see what can I do. I think I need to get another new window, right? But then maybe it's going to freeze the webcam. I'm not sure. Ah, this is so annoying. Okay, RCT2. Get it, not, it's not even showing the option there. Are you kidding me? Okay, close this. Um, I wonder if I need to do it windowed, not really full screen, right? But this is super annoying. I'm sorry for this. I don't know what's going on. It used to be normal, right? Yeah. Then Alt Tab. They probably won't let me do it like this, correct? They will want me to capture it when it's on a window mode. Yeah, I'll need to do it. Wait, let me window the game then. Yeah, open any level. There we go. Diamond Heights. Options. Window. Okay, the game is now on window mode. Then I still don't think this is going to work, but let's see. I mean, maybe. Okay, actually did work. But then why can't I see my webcam on the overlay, like not the current one, but the one that I'm preparing? Why is my webcam not there? Oh wait, could it be because this is on top of it? Let me drop this. Go down, go down, go down. Oh wait, never mind, it's because, okay, I was doing something wrong. Give me a second, remove that. Yes. Then, yeah, I was on the wrong overlay. Only now I realized it. Man, this is annoying. Oh, there we go. Now I can see my webcam. That's what I wanted to see. But the game is now windowed. Can I get it? Just like I did right now. Let's see. No, they want me to do a new one. Okay, so delete this one. I hate when I have these issues, right? Because it is so annoying. And there is no reason for this to be happening because they did not change anything. There we go. Okay, it got it. Hopefully this works as long as we can play the game. Okay, go down there. Then drop this too, right? There we go. I think this worked and my webcam is in here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So I think that I will play it like this, like in the window mode. I won't risk it to like put it on full screen because I don't want to have any more issues. Maybe next stream I try doing it full screen again, I'm not sure. I will play it with the window mode like I always played, but last stream, right? Because for some reason it is kinda, I don't know, moody, right? OBS is moody tonight. Is everything okay? Webcam? Yes. Audios? Maybe the audio is loud, but hopefully somebody later let me know if it is too bad. But alright, let me open my level, right? This was just a test. Let's go to Octagon Park. And where is it? There it is. There we go. I should also be saving this level regularly because it has so much going on that the game crashes sometimes. Is everything okay? It is. But that's the ghost gem coaster that I was talking about. Look at that. We have a pumpkin forest and we have a valley in here too. That's kind of like Icana Valley from Majora's Mask with a graveyard and everything. And the coaster itself, it is a suspended single rail coaster. Single rail because I felt like when you are alone, you feel scarier, right? You feel the most scared. So that's why I went for this coaster model. And the suspended was Nubble's suggestion, which in my opinion made a lot of sense. Hi Hori, what's up man? Can you tell me if everything's okay? Like, is the audio of the game too loud? Because I'm having some struggles tonight with OBS. The OBS was not like capturing my game. Also, my webcam was freezing. I'm not sure if the stream is okay right now. But thank you so much for stopping by the way. I hope you get some good rest, and I'm sorry for starting tonight's stream late. Because maybe if I were starting it at the usual time, maybe you could be here for longer, right? But I appreciate you stopping by, and then I hope to talk to you next time as well. But hopefully everything's okay, right? And I wish you a great night, man. Alright, but that was pretty much the Ghost Coaster. It even goes like to this section right here with the other rides. It has some crazy caves going on in here too with skeletons. Seems to be good. There we go. Thank you so much, man. I will still be paying attention to my webcam in case it freezes again. But unfortunately, not only I got here late, but also OBS decided to trick me, right? So I'm kind of struggling with it, but I appreciate your feedback. And then I hope to talk to you next time, and have a great night. Okay, so what are you doing here, handyman? Go back to your work in the paths, right? Go back there. No slacking on the grass. I know walking on grass is fantastic to like relax and everything, but you're not getting your payments for you to be doing that, right? Not in this level at least. Every now and then OBS likes to play tricks on you too. I think this time it was maybe because there was a Windows update, and I'm guessing that, you know, messed with it a little bit, but thankfully it's working now, man. Hi, cool, what's up, man? Sorry for starting the stream later than normal today. I kinda got very busy, and then I also wanted to play Pokemon Go. Cool, let me know in case you see anything wrong on the stream, because I was struggling with OBS, like the game was not being captured, and then my webcam was freezing, so we might be under some trouble with OBS today. I'm even giving up on playing the game on full screen. I don't want to risk it anymore because maybe it causes more problem. I'm playing it window, that's fine, I can still see the game. But yeah, today OBS decided to surprise me with this change, right? Like, oh yeah, let's give you some problems. And to make it worse, this is a Node game, right? So I understand that it could be challenging to stream it, you know, and then I also need to be doing Alt-Tab and then Control Alt-Del to like go from one window to another window. If I want to, for example, end the stream, I need to do all of that to get to OBS. But it was working normally, even last stream. And then today, for some reason, I think it was maybe a Windows update that I had today, it changed the things, right? So I don't know. Like, it suddenly stops capturing games indeed. And I was using window capture for RollerCoaster Tycoon, but it was not really getting it. I could only see a black screen, right? And then when I started the stream tonight, I could make it work, but then once I changed the overlay back to the game, it was not there. So I spent like the first 10 minutes of the stream pretty much trying to fix it. Hi Lecture, what's up, man? How did the Ghost Coaster go? Amazing, in my opinion. I was surprised we finished it last stream, right? In one single hit. That's it. I went for the valley idea, right? So basically there is like this valley entrance right here with the graveyard on the hill, and then the welcoming skull right there. It was the suspended single rail coaster like we decided last stream. It worked in our first try, right? We only had to pretty much finish this circuit, but the excitement was very good. We only needed to actually make it a little bit more longer so it could fit the length requirement. But then we used the underground for it, right? In the underground you can pretty much stall the coaster a little bit. I did this section right here just to make it longer. Yeah, and then we finished it in one single hit. It has the pumpkin forest around it, and then the graveyard on the center, right? It also goes kinda closer to the other rides, right there. You can see from distance that it has this foggy and ghostly structure, or maybe I should say form or shape, right? It has this, you know, like a gas. It's kinda like this, like a twist or something. I'm not sure how to describe that, but I hope the visual shows it, right? How it's kinda, I don't know, twisty, you know? And then it has that area right there that mixes up with the other rides, and it has some tricky caves in here too with skeletons, right? It pretty much goes inside of these tricky caves, and then it goes back to the graveyard, and then it goes underground in there too, in some tunnels, and that's pretty much it. And then you have the pumpkin forest around it. So I have to capture whole desktop. The whole desktop? Oh my god, Hori. Okay, I didn't need to capture the whole desktop yet, but yeah, that sucks so much. I love it. There we go, Electro. And I was really surprised we did it in one single attempt, right? Pretty much. I only had to make it longer. The excitement of it was very good. It was actually like 8.2 aiming. You know how? We were word last stream of like possible. How is it called? It's right here, right? Lateral G's, right? We were worried about them, but actually they worked pretty fine, so there we go. Could we see Twilight Princess tomorrow or Wind Waker? Oh, it is tomorrow, isn't it? It's still not clicking on me that it's tomorrow, which is amazing. Because then tomorrow we'll wake up like, wait, is there something today? Oh yeah, there is a Nintendo Direct, you know? I was not, it still didn't click on me that it's happening tomorrow, by the way. Thank you for maybe reminding me of that, although you're making me more anxious towards it too. I hope so, because maybe that's going to be my chance to play Twilight Princess for my first time, and I do want to go back to some Zelda games on this channel, so yeah, I want that. And Wind Waker was one of my favorite Zelda games too. The supports were a pain to build steel chasers, yes. The supports were complicated, but we also could like make it lower, right? The general structure lower, so it could be matching the hills of the valley. But anyway, guys, we have started this stream later than normal, so let's just go for the final coaster, right? The ground type one. We decided that it's going to be not steel, sorry, the mine train coaster, right? Mine train roller coaster. I do have an idea on my mind. And my idea could be described by one Pokemon. Can you believe that? Because this is the Poke Park, everything is Pokemon related, but yeah. Surprisingly, there is a coincidence, because my idea could be described by a Pokemon name. Can anybody guess the Pokemon name, right? It's going to be hard though. It is not a ground type, by the way. It is just a play on words that is going to be describing the idea of what I have. It is a mythical Pokemon, actually. Maybe that kinda limits the possibilities. But it's a hard one to remember, though, so you might not really get it right. Yeah, but there is this one mythical Pokemon name that its name tells you what I wanna do for the ground coaster. Even though it is not a ground type, but it's a mythical Pokemon. It's going to be at 9 AM EST, so it means 10 AM my time. Yes, I'm 1 hour ahead of you, right? Which is kinda around the time that we do get the directs in here. It's either 10 AM or 11 AM normally. Yeah, it's probably going to be at 10 AM, yeah. I hope I'm awake, by the way, but in case I'm not, I will try to not get spoiled on anything. Yeah, it depends on which time I go to bed or if I try to sleep more than normal, you know, but yeah. So nobody wanna guess the mythical Pokemon? It is hard, right? It is not a common one, but it is from Kalos, the region that Pokemon Legends ZA that I'm expecting to be at the presentation tomorrow is. Or he's from, right? He's from that region. I'm talking about Volcanion. No, not Diancie. Yeah, good call, but do you remember Volcanion? Yeah, I was thinking about combining a volcano with a canyon, and then you have Volcanion. Isn't it perfect for a ground coaster? I mean, maybe it could be the fire coaster too, but then I realized last stream that we did not use a volcano on the fire coaster, so we could use a volcano on the ground coaster, why not? Right? And then also mix it with some canyons, which fits the mine cart or mine train coaster a lot. The thing is, do I know how am I doing it? Not really, also because I don't think this is a lot of area, but it's what's available, right, pretty much. But we can as always start messing with the landscaping and seeing what comes, right? So let's start doing it. First of all, I will want this color for it, right? Of course, it is a ground type. It could be sand as well. Do we have a sand area? We don't, right? You know what? I was not realizing it, but we could make it sand. What do you think? And then for the volcano, maybe we keep this color, but I was not realizing sand, actually. I'm still wondering, in ZA, are we gonna go back to the power plant? Oh, I was not remembering that, man. I, I mean, we are not, right? We are not, because do you remember what's the main plot of this game? Lumio City, so everything is Lumio City, right? We are not returning to the power plant, unfortunately. It's Lumio City, it's Lumios only. Yeah, it's the Lumios playthrough. I doubt it. Nope, I really doubt it. Think about Legends Arceus. I don't know how is the post game of it, but I also don't think there is anything that makes you go to, somewhere else. So I don't think so, because if there were post game stuffs or like a post game thing, I think they could have more interesting areas to let you go, more than just the power plants that are close. I hope they give us some information, because they could still give us, some lore about them, like what were they doing in there. Maybe they could be used for this new oh, you know what, okay, maybe there is a chance, like, I don't know, they kind of connect the old power plant to like this new evil team, or sort of like evil team, Quasar, I believe, the team Quasar or something. Which, by the way, Quasar, doesn't that sound like Rayquaza? And then Rayquaza, doesn't it sound like Deoxys, the video that you made me watch, Cole? And then Deoxys, doesn't it sound like Ultimate Weapon, like the video you did make me watch as well? Could they all be connected? Are they kinda with that name because they wanna fight the Ultimate Weapon? Maybe I just realized that their name is suspicious, right? The Quasar or something? Quasar Research Group or something? Interesting, isn't it? But I hardly think so, although I would love to get more information, of course, on the power plants, on AZ, on the Floette as well, um, on Zygarde, right? Because he was very rushed, or like forgotten and then brought back in Alola, but then there was no explanation for his character. He could have been much more than what he was. So yes, I'm hoping all of that, but then I still think the game is going to be set in Lumio City, so going outside of that I think it's going to be very hard. But the power plants could be this evil team's hideout, right, in a way. I would try the sand then, maybe having the sand for the canyon, and then having the darker path for like the volcano itself. But I'm not sure if it's going to look good, right, to mix two different things. And rip the coaster, right? That had such an adventurous Indiana Jones Jurassic Park music playing, and then it just lost it. I freaking love how when the rides break down, the music kind of gets awful, right? It loses its power, its energy, its epicness. Or it could be part of the underground Lumios, most likely. Just like the Team Flare hideout, right? That I believed was also in the underground. How I have 3 there, right? Let's make it 4 maybe. I'm alright with this. And then let's place the center of it with the darker soil, right? But yeah, my biggest guess for tomorrow is indeed Legend ZA. Regarding Twilight Princess or... Oh no, there is a bot there. Are you kidding me? I hope I don't mess with the game, right? Let me save the game first. There we go. Then Alt Tab. Please, OBS, don't make me refresh things. Okay, then wait a minute. Wait, there is something wrong. Alt Tab, okay. Then Control Alt Del, right? There we go. Now I can go there. Nice. And then I can get to the chat. There we go. Finally. Yeah, the merry-go-round breakdowns are the best. Yes, especially when they go super crazy fast, right? It's so good. But that was something new because I normally don't set those themed songs to the coasters, so it was kind of funny to hear that one adventurous song like losing it, right? It was one of the few times I heard that. Okay, everything is okay on the stream, right? Let's go back then. Maybe this is like a lot of sand, like it's not looking very symmetric, right? But okay, I will work with that later then. For the volcano, how can I do this? I wish this game had the orange water, right? Because I think it is only a thing for the sequel, isn't it? The orange water, which is like lava, isn't it? But then as we don't have it, it's okay. The volcano, let me check one thing. How long is that? It's 4 times 4, okay. It's this, right? Let's see how... If that's the tallest, I take it. But then I can also add this on top, right? I can, nice. I love how it looks like a... I don't know why, maybe it's because I'm craving it, but it looks like a chocolate cake of some sort, you know? I look at this and then I see a cake. Alright, so... The rest of it should be very irregular. You might have noticed that I like irregular things, right? Yeah, the surroundings of it should be very irregular. It can be pointy, it can be just a square, I don't care. Just irregular. This is already a little bit different than what I was having on my mind, but it's okay. We can make the coaster to be using this volcano as like a tunnel, you know, or something, instead of going on top of it or anything like that. It reminds you of Lightning Peaks. That's a level from the first game, isn't it? How has been your Pleasure Islands playthrough? Have you been back to it? Cool. Wait, this was maybe too much. Yeah, that was also too much, I think. How am I going to do the canyons, though? Because I also wanted to see the coaster inside of the canyon. You were also craving a brownie today. You know what? Maybe it's because when I was in the park, there was this guy that was selling brownies, and then he was offering that to me. I did not buy it, but I'm pretty sure they were delicious, right? Also because I bought another chocolate bar today from the supermarket. I kind of was upset that I was hoping they could have delivered the groceries sooner. They were still under the time that I ordered. They gave me like a 2 hours range of like the time they would be delivering it, but they saved it for the final half an hour. You know, I was hoping they could deliver my groceries right away, like right at the accorded time, or like right when I told them that they could come. But no, they waited for like an hour and a half to do it. So that an hour and a half kind of made me delayed or late for the other things I had to do in the day. I even ate lunch late as well. I had to go to the post office because there was this buyer from my Pokemon TCG cards that it seems like I'm on a good moment to sell my energy cards. And then after selling 6 to 1 old energy cards to this one person, and then thank goodness I could place them all in one single envelope or like one single letter. This guy now wanted my most expensive energy card. That was steel or metal energy card from the Heart Gold Soul Silver collection, and it showed in the background of it a Steelix, or maybe just the silhouette of a Steelix, and also the Olivine Lighthouse, which by the way is also on this park, isn't it? I just need to find it again. And yeah, that was my most expensive energy card because it was so stylized, and then not many people were selling it. I did not sell it for the full price. The person asked for a discount. I gave him half of the discount he wanted to because he wanted a lot, right? But I also still thought that it would be hard for me to sell any of my energy cards. So I was like, you know what, I should get this offer in a way. So I gave him half of the discount he asked for, and then that was fine by me. And then I went to the post office to send the mail. I cannot find it anymore. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, this is the lighthouse, the Olivine City Lighthouse. Yeah, it was also on the card. And then after that, since I was by the mall, I went again to that video game event they're having there, that you can be playing all of their video games for half an hour for free. And then I went back to Cuphead. I tried to beat 2 bosses of Cuphead. One of them was the Frog Brothers, that are also fighters and stuff. I managed to do it. Hi Nubble, what's up, man? We are finishing our last coaster here, hopefully. And then after that, I was looking for another boss in Cuphead, but I got like the save file they had on the game, right? So I didn't know how to explore in the overworld. But I found another boss, but he was too hard. I have the feeling he was a DLC boss, I'm not sure. But it was pretty much a giant man in a mountain, and then you had to fight him and also avoid the gnomes. And it was too hard, so I kind of tried to win in the easy mode, and then I could win in the easy mode at the final minutes of the half an hour I had available to play in there, right? So I fought those 2 bosses in that moment. After that, I started journeying the city after Dynamax chances because this week they have been more rare to find. So I went to all sorts of places looking for them. I could get to 3 of them. So I was doing those Dynamax battles. Also in Pokemon Go, they started a bug catching event this week that they are releasing, or they are having as the debut of Sizzlipede. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. It's a hard name for me. Sizzlipede. And then you had to use the lures, right? So he could show up. So I was also using lures and trying to get Sizzlipede. And then as it was getting late, I knew that some of my friends were going to meet at the park to play, and then I was like, you know what, fine, I can go there since I'm close by. Then I went there, I met my friends, we got more Sizzlipedes and did some hit and raids too. And then I ended up coming home super late. And then once I got here, I ate, took my shower, and then also had to deal with OBS having its problems. But thank goodness I managed to still not fully fix it, I guess, but things are working. No, it's not working. You see, the webcam. The webcam froze again. Jesus, you see what I was saying? This freaking webcam and OBS. Ah, that sucks so much. I hope it's only today, right? I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me refresh it. It's probably back now, right? There we go. Yes, the webcam will freeze because unfortunately today OBS, like I was just saying, OBS has been BS, right? It's one of those BS days. You stream on the BS software. Yeah, it is back now, I know. At least I learned how to easily fix it. I don't need to restart the stream or anything. I just need to refresh it on the OBS pretty much. But then again, let me know when that happens if I'm not paying attention to it. I also need to be checking the chat, right? Yeah, I think that one is from the Delicious Last Course boss. I think so too, because when I watched somebody playing it for the first time, I did not remember that boss. And it was very tough. But then I could win in the easy mode, right? I will continue varsity class next week. Work has been busy. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope it can settle down soon, right? And then you can rest. Yeah, no, but today the game was not being captured by OBS as well. I took some time to figure that out. Even in the beginning of today's stream, when I thought that it was working, it was not working. So I had to like fix it live, right, pretty much. And then the webcam was also freezing, so I'm sorry for that. I don't know what's going on. I did not change anything. Although there was an update of Windows today, so I'm thinking it might be related to it. I'm not sure. Maybe this Windows update kinda changed some of the codes from OBS, you know, the OBS codes. And then they might need to update OBS again, I'm not sure. But now we finished the ghost type coaster. It is like this right now, right? It has the valley of the graveyard, then the pumpkin forest around it. It was the suspended single rail coaster. It also has these tricky caves in here with a skeleton and things, with tunnels as well, and it has the shape of gases, right? You can see that it goes very tricky and curvy, and I don't know, it is like that, right? It is very horizontal now that I think about it, right? So it didn't use a lot of space at least. And now we are working on our final coaster, the ground type. And then I decided to go for the mythical Pokemon Volcanion as the idea for it, because it's going to be a volcano plus a canyon. So yeah, we are going to test it out. Hi Sabro, what's up, man? Also, new pack releases tonight. Oh yeah, holy shit! It is matching with the Nintendo Direct, right? With the shiny Pokemon? Nah, I don't think it's going to be... I mean, they could release that game for the Switch, don't you think? Why is it not on the Switch, by the way? It could be on the Switch, in my opinion. Yeah, I got it for Pokemon Pocket. I'm so distracted with things that I'm not following up those news, right? Which is, in a way, very good, because then I don't get too anxious on waiting for things. But I totally forget about those things. For example, tomorrow there is going to be the Nintendo Direct that was very surprising in my opinion. Although it made sense, right? I never expected Nintendo to do it. Like I was telling Ku for the past streams, that he was telling me that it could happen, there were some rumors and stuff. But I was like, it makes no sense. Like Nintendo will not be able to promote their newest console, the Switch 2, in case they do like a, you know, Nintendo Direct for the Switch 1. But actually there is a line of thought that makes sense, like maybe Nintendo is not really wanting everybody to migrate very quickly to the Switch 2, or maybe they know that won't happen. I'm not sure what are they thinking, but the thing is that they can make Switch 1 owners still happy, like by giving us this Direct from tomorrow, and also they can make Switch 2 people very happy too with whatever is happening on April 2nd. Also, by doing this, they are going to have more time to focus on projects of the Switch 2 in April 2nd, which is very exciting in my opinion, because I was not thinking that in April 2nd they would only give us exclusives of Switch 2, right? I was thinking they could mix it up, you know, and then still give us a little bit of Switch 1 and then say it's going to be on both consoles. Now I'm thinking it's not happening. Now I think they will heavily show us powerful games for the Switch 2. I mean, of course they could still say, oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's going to be performing better at 60 FPS on the Switch 2. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door 60 FPS on Switch 2. They can still do that, but announcement wise, I think it's going to be Switch 2 bombs, you know? So I was getting more excited for the April 2nd direct for the Switch 2. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what's coming. Maybe some indie games. I'm thinking of possible indie games. Legends EA, I think we might be getting Legends EA tomorrow. Especially thanks to all of the leaks that are going on. I don't want to really talk about the leaks because of Nubble right there. Nubble doesn't like to talk about that. But I think they might do something to like, oh yeah, you guys already know about this, so let's show it to you, you know? I don't know. Maybe Silk Song as well, right? They should have a somewhat powerful game indeed that everybody has been waiting. And then I think that the Persona dream that I was having of like Persona 6 or Persona 3 Reloaded and even Metaphor ReFantasio, I think those will be for the April 2nd direct towards the Switch 2, right? More to that than the Switch 1. Besides that, anything can happen. I actually don't know what else they could be giving us. We were talking about Twilight Princess and also Wind Waker. As those two were GameCube games, I also think that's going to be something more Switch 2 related, as they might have the GameCube virtual console for it. Not sure if they're going to give that to the Switch 1 as well. It could happen, but who knows? Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening tomorrow. Yeah, GameCube and also Wii U or Wii games as well, right? Or 3DS and D. I hope all of that happens, like virtual consoles for all of them. But I kinda still think they might use it for the Switch 2 more than the Switch 1. I don't know. TCG Live should be on the Switch. Yeah, maybe they could be combining the release of the new collection as together with an announcement for it to be available on the Switch, right? Maybe even the Pokemon Champion thing. I mean, the Pokemon Champions app is going to still be released, but maybe they could announce it, you know? I think it is an indie partner direct for games too late in development to be a Switch 2 title instead. I think it's going to be full of indies indeed, tomorrow especially. Regarding the Switch 2 Direct, I also read some news that only now some other developers are getting the test kit, right, or the development kit for the Switch 2. So maybe the smaller studios are only now starting to work for Switch 2 releases, while Nintendo selected like their most close or like their favorite third parties to be working on Switch 2 titles, but not really everyone, right? Yes, I read some news about that they were sending the dev kit to some other minor companies that were not working on those titles before for the Switch 2, right? Sakurai retweeted the direct tomorrow. Interesting, but at the same time, Kid Icarus? I don't know. Kirby again? I was saying that we could get a new Kirby for the Switch 2, right? But then maybe for the Switch 1 as well? Everyone forgets Wind Waker and Twilight Princess were Wii U games as well. I actually did not forget that. I just don't think that they are going to be for the Switch 1, right? I think they might be for the Switch 2. Either GameCube versions or Wii U versions, yeah. Because they got the remasters, right? Prime 4 tomorrow? Oh yeah, good call. We could get more Prime 4 tomorrow. Maybe the release date. Also, my webcam is fine, okay. Makes sense to give the dev kits to the companies that are more likely to bring in some money first. Yes, I think that happened. So that's what we're going to see in April 2nd. And then now they sent the other companies, the minor ones, dev kits for them to also work on more games for the Switch too, right? But for tomorrow, I'm mostly expecting indie games, which is never bad, by the way. Do you guys remember if Hades 3 was announced for the Switch? I have the feeling it was not announced for the Switch, was it? That's another possible game they could get for the Switch. Hades 3, right? But good cow, I forgot about Metroid Prime. We could totally be seeing more of that. There is a Hades 3. Is it out, by the way? I may be confused, but maybe it is even out already, I'm not sure. Let me check on Steam, right? But there is a Hades 3, yeah. Hades 3. Wait, it is not on Steam? Am I crazy? Was I thinking on Hades 2? I might be crazy, by the way. Yeah, don't trust me on this one. Yeah, Hades 2 was released. Okay, is there not a Hades 3 or am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy, yeah. Let me double check it. Hades 3. Yeah, maybe I'm crazy then. Okay, never mind. I probably was mistaken. I was thinking on Hades 2. Is Hades 2 on the Switch then? Wait. Uh, Hades 2, yes. Oh, it seems that it's not. It seems that it's not, you see? So maybe they are going to find a way to release on the Switch. Thank you for correcting me on that, Nubble. I don't know why I thought it was a Hades 3. Yeah, maybe I was thinking on Hades 2, right? Yeah, probably. Somebody saying that building parks is making me insane. Nah. My memory has always been bad, right? So sometimes I mix things up. Speaking on that, by the way, on Hades, have you guys played it? I know everybody says fantastic things of them, right? Of those games. It is something I could try. Not sure if I would love it as much as the fans, right? But I could see myself giving it a try. Okay, let's continue finishing this. Checking the stream, everything's okay. Let me save the game as well, because this game loves to crash out of nowhere, right? So saving from time to time is good. Subaru, you said that you finished Koromon, right? But then you were also sad because there was a Final Fantasy gacha game that's closing doors. You also said that you finished Cyber's Loop. You finished everything pretty much, right? Yeah, but then regarding Koromon, I'm going to play that in here eventually. Not sure when, but maybe not too soon. Sorry, maybe not too late, right? Bringing some Pokemon clone games could be fun. It does have the Nuzlocke option, although it sounds fun to like be challenged to learn the game, but also be under the Nuzlocke, but it could be too brutal as well, right? I wouldn't be like, let's say, impatient to not farm the Koromon in that case again, right? For example, yes, we lost this Koromon. I can feel patient to like try to farm another one and grind him and level him up and everything again. I don't mind that. But the thing is that as I don't know the moves, I don't know the weaknesses, I don't know the things they can learn, like what they can really do. And you also kind of pointed out that, I mean, never mind, you actually said that the puzzles are harder than actually the game, right? As far as I remember. So yeah, maybe the battles are not as bad, but still, as I don't know what they can do, maybe I will struggle a lot if I go for a Nuzlocke. But the idea of playing something blind Nuzlocke sounds fun to me. But it could have been better if it were, I don't know, a new Pokemon game, you know, or something like that. Maybe next gen. You're playing Hacker's Memory? That's Shin Megami Tensei? No, never mind. That's still Cyber's Loop. Yeah, that's the side story, right? I was thinking on the other Shin Megami Tensei spin-off, right? That has something about hackers as well. But then let me see, what else could we be seeing tomorrow? Maybe another port, right? Every time they have been porting a new game. I mean, let's not forget about the anniversary of Chrono Trigger. The 30th anniversary. There we go, I muted the mic just a little bit so I could cough, right? Sabro said that the difficulty of the game was in the gameplay and also the puzzles, not really the battles, right? But the puzzles are not harder than the battles. Unless you fail in the puzzle and then you kind of have a game over. Wait, that happens? If you fail some puzzles, you get a game over? Kirby Plant Roboport Remake? You mean Square's other forgotten RPGs? Which other RPGs could we be talking about? That's not Chrono Trigger. Do you mean Final Fantasy Tactics? It could be Final Fantasy Tactics, right? Or a new one? Hi, Scap. What's up, man? Chocolate Rain! Steps back from the mic to cough. Yes, also, chocolate is like very fitting to this thing we are building right now, right? Scap, we are theorizing over tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. The Mana series, not bad. But lately, wait a minute. Okay, Nubble, correct me if I'm wrong because I may be right. The last thing we had Mana related, wasn't it a new game? Or was it another remake? Because I was thinking we got a new game. But I can be wrong. Because they also have been always working on Mana collections, right? Mana remakes. So you think that they could be remaking another Mana game instead of giving us a new title? Technically you could be getting game overs then. Some puzzles I would say, if you think of them like something real, it could be definitely a game over, but the game kind of gives you a screen of try it again. Really? There are things that kill you in the game? That's pretty much what you're saying? Wow, Koromon is dark, isn't it? That actually makes me more curious to play it. Because Pokemon is not dark, right guys? Pokemon is a fairy tale. Oh, I don't have money, by the way. Okay, we're going to finish this later then. But I'll need to balance it. I'm not sure if I'm liking it that much. Yeah, I think that some of these columns are kind of low, right? They could be higher. This side is fine. I like the size of this side, but the previous one, yeah, maybe this one could be higher too, right there on the back. Yeah, it was a brand new one, wasn't it? But I also heard, not sure how true it is, that the studio behind Visions of Mana got shut down. Really? And then... Wait, but then it was like another company that was working for a Square game then. They kind of gave that work to somebody else, right? Yeah, but then Square just needs to find another studio to work on it, or work on it themselves. You know what I think would be awesome? Although I don't think it's happening at all, but it would be awesome. Something Xenogears. Like Xenogears Remastered, the complete edition. You know, something that they could go back to Xenogears and finish the game pretty much, because the second disc of Xenogears is not really finished. Even if it is not like a full HD remake of the stuff. Like, no, just complete the game. It was developed by a branch in Square Enix itself. Okay, so it was still under their works, right? But they got closed. That's a little bit worrisome. Speaking of companies that are, I don't know, always under some trouble and, problems, could Ubisoft be giving us our Rayman? I want a Rayman. Even if it is a remake again, a port, I take it. Because there are still Rayman games I haven't played, like the third one. Hoodlum Havoc, I have never played that one. But then of course, the dream would be a new Rayman game. I'm also kinda expecting a new Donkey Kong game, but then I also think that's going to be more for the Switch 2. Or so I hope, especially because now we got the Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Switch 1, right? Xenosaga, yeah, and make those games more accessible. How many Xenosagas are there? I only think on the first one that has a lot of cutscenes. But I still think that their focus might be on Chrono Trigger thanks to the anniversary, right? 3 Xenosaga games? I have the first one at least, still have yet to play it. You know who loves that game? Draco. Draco always talks about Xenosaga, yeah. Okay, we are getting a little bit more of money here. Let's make those a little bit higher. Are we talking about Xenoblade, Xenogears, or some other Xeno game? Yeah, we are not talking about Xenoblade. Yeah, Xenoblade has its popularity already, right? It is doing fantastic so far. It is an amazing game. No, we are talking about the Xenos that came before Xenoblade, but after Xena, the Princess Warrior. Yeah, we are talking about those Xenos, right? Xenogears and Xenosagas. And then after those two, then they went Xenoblades. Maybe they, speaking of Xena, right? Maybe they could give us a new Xena game. Why not? They were a thing for the PlayStation 1, weren't they? Then I'm gonna have to one wait. Then I'm gonna have to one of these days to play it to me. All the more reason to bring the previous ones back. Yes, I hope they bring them back. Like, I'm not sure how crazy are the Xenosaga games, but I do, if I remember this right, I do think they are very connected to the Xenogears universe, wasn't it? So basically, their story or their plot connects directly to Xenogears, if I'm not mistaken. But then I know that there are like many different pieces of work that you need to be checking out, like the book, or I don't know, the graphic novel. I know it's one of those works that you gotta be multitasking through many different sources to understand the thing completely. And it is a very complex story, right? So if they can bring all of those games again and little by little I don't know, the data, right? Maybe they make a Xenosaga collection and then not only you have the games, but also, let's say, the graphic novels or the books, and then you can kind of be checking the artwork or anything that has been split and also left back in time that they can gather together in a single collection or a single remaster or a single game, just like what they have done with the Chrono Cross. They got the Red Code Dreamers game. That I also read these days that the creator of the Red Code Dreamers game, that I believe was also the creator of Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger, right? I can be wrong with this, but the Red Code Dreamers creator, he was ashamed of that game. And he only allowed it to be back on Chrono Cross remake, or actually remaster, sorry. Chrono Cross Remastered, because the fans really wanted it to be there, because if it were like something to his opinion, he wouldn't do it, as he was ashamed of his Red Code Dreamers game, which makes me sad, because it's not a bad thing just because it is, I don't know, a visual novel, right? he was maybe too judgmental on himself, or maybe comparing himself to like other pieces of games or works. I'm happy that he decided to go at least for the fans' idea. Yeah, if Draco likes it, I'm gonna have to play it then. Yeah, yeah. I also wanna do it, but I don't know when. I have no idea when. It sounds like some Warhammer lore. Warhammer also has all sorts of bits here and there and all sorts of places. Hence why maybe they have so many games, because there is always like a Warhammer 40k or something. Need to consume every type of media to piece its lore together. Yeah, they do it also with that other series, Steins Gate, isn't it? There is an anime of Steins Gate, there is the game of Steins Gate. It's crazy how they really want you to go after everything. But some of those games or stories are very good. So even though you might have a lot of work to look for them, I believe it is worth it, right? For example, Xenogears. The fans of Xenogears, and also after playing Xenogears myself, I can say that the story of that is nuts. It's something very unique. So I can understand them loving it like they do. And then Steins Gate, I never played it, or I never watched the anime or anything, but I know it is about time traveling. So it's probably something very good as well. For some reason, we are not getting a lot of money though. I was expecting our money to be more fast, right? So the landscaping right now is killing it. Scap, people were saying here that we might be getting Metroid Prime 4 tomorrow. And you might be crazy for that too, right? I wonder if they're going to show us, I don't know, Mother Brain again, right? I'll be like, oh, Mother Brain again? You know, she never dies? Come on. Because when I was playing Super Metroid, you guys were like, oh yeah, Mother Brain was the boss of Metroid 2 or something. And then suddenly, oh okay, so maybe my memory of fighting her was wrong. And then she was there again in Super Metroid, you know? And then you go to Prime as well, and then she's there as well. I really want to see where they go with the Prime series. Is the plot that good? For you guys to be, I don't know, wondering that much? I have only seen a grasp of the plot, right? I want to understand more about the ancient statues, robots, androids, whatever those things were, right? That were always holding the power-ups. That's the lore that I think it's the most interesting to me so far. Yeah, because they were all in all sorts of places. They seem to be advanced in technology. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere, but I kind of have the feeling that Metroid Dread could be talking more about that matter, because the freaking things follow Samus in the game, I believe they might be of that ancient technology, but maybe I should rewatch the trailer to get another opinion. I don't know, but it was the lore part that got me the most interested to wonder, right? We may. I also think so. Yeah, I believe it was Cool that brought it up. Yes, I think that Cool is right that we might be getting Metroid Prime tomorrow. There was an alleged leak that said we wouldn't be getting MP4 Metroid Prime 4 info in the Switch 2 Direct. Okay, so it must be tomorrow. Hi Bookmark, how's it going? How are you? Welcome. Oh yeah, the redacted statues. Those statues, yes, they were the things that got me the most curious about. Yeah. Bookmark, are you excited for tomorrow's Sunday Nintendo Switch 1 Direct? Do you think we're getting Sonic tomorrow, Bookmark? Imagine if they announce like Sonic Adventure Remastered Collection, you know, something like that. I don't know, or maybe Sonic Frontiers 2, right? I'm still wanting a platformer of like Sonic versus Mario, why that still doesn't happen, you know? It's the perfect... It's just like, I don't know what they have done with like Mario RPG that was Square and Nintendo, you know? They need to do is Nintendo and Sega, but not really the Olympic Games. Like, give us a, you know, what they know what to do, like platforming. So like Mario and Sonic are teaming up because Robotnik or Eggman and Bowser kidnapped Peach and also the Emeralds. I don't care. Like, give us Mario versus Sonic platforming, all sorts of shenanigans. I want that. And then, I don't know, imagine you collect all the freaking Chaos Emeralds, and then Mario becomes the Super Mario, you know, literally. And then he goes crazy, and then Sonic eats the mushroom. I wanna see that. I wanna see the crossover crazy, you know? Because it's going to be what matters the most. Fun. Yes, I need that fun in such a game. He's played Super Metroid. I think we can say the word Chozo. Chozo, is that how they're called? The Chozo thing? I don't know. You might get... Oh yeah, there is that Sonic racing game. Aldoku. Okay. Do you really think it's going to be for the Switch one? Because they announced that on the PlayStation 5 Direct, right? And in my opinion, it looked very high-tech. Especially because of the idea of crossing worlds in the racing track. By the way, let me save the game before it crashes or something. I don't think that's a Switch 1 game. I hardly think so. Yes, the new Sonic racing game, I would bet it is more towards the Switch 2. I didn't want to say it because he hadn't figured it out. I mean, I didn't have the... I don't know. Anyway, I don't think it's a major spoiler still, so it's okay, but... I don't know if they would even give me the name somewhere or something. Also, by the way, Nubble, I remember the other day you asked me, like, if I saved the animals when I was beating the game, right? I did not save the animals, but I think that after giving it a thought, I might know now where they were. They were probably in the long vertical section that had those mysterious door on the sides, right, that I found. But as I was rushing to get to the freaking airship, I didn't have time to go check those doors anymore, and maybe they were open by that time. So that's my guess where they could have been at, right? And thank goodness I did not go save the animals because I could not even save myself as I cleared the game with like in the last second, right? So yeah, that's my guess then. I believe they could have been in those doors in the long vertical section near the end, near... How is it called again? Criteria? Yeah. They were in there? Yes, after he was asking me if I saved the animals, I kind of figured that they could be at that place that I could not check it again, right? Yes, I had... Yeah, thank goodness I did not go there. At the moment, of course, I was not even thinking about it. But after, like, giving it some thought, I figured that it's something that I could have been done, or maybe... I don't know. But I see that I'm right, right? There we go. But there were, like, animals in both doors? Like, you really had to go to both sides? It's near the end of the Switch's life cycle. We still got it up to 2028, right, at least. I just want my Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD on the Switch. But, I mean, to me it would be the perfect situation. If they want to give it to me on my Switch 1, I take it. It's just that when I think about the Switch Online, to make it more interesting, they would maybe make it something for the Switch 2, you know? But I hope I'm wrong. Like, I would rather have it on the Switch 1 for sure, because I'm not planning to get the Switch 2 anytime soon. Oh, there is one? Wait, there is one? Do you mean there is one Mario Sonic platforming game? I had... Oh, never mind. She's saying that she's not aware of the Nintendo Direct, right? Don't scare me like that, Bookmark. I was thinking, wait, what? They have already worked on my idea? Yeah, they announced today that tomorrow we're going to get a Switch 1 exclusive Direct. And then on April 2nd, it's a Switch 2 Direct, right? So we are excited for like some news tomorrow already. Some Sonic content would be lovely. I know I'm ready for the Little Sonic Rumble game to be openly released to the public for sure. Sonic Rumble, that sounds a little familiar. Is it the fighting one? It is the fighting one, isn't it? I remember that fighting game. So we're saying you just need to make the graphics to look shitty because then it's going to work on the Switch 1 too. It wouldn't be the first or the last time. The biggest example of that was Mortal Kombat 1, right? Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 was very bad looking. But also Hogwarts Legacy, right? And I did not watch the video, but today I was checking the thumbnail of this one YouTuber that I follow, that he was telling everybody to like be aware if you purchase one of the Atelier Ryza's games for the Switch as well, because it was probably not looking good, or like maybe it had bugs or glitches. But yeah, the Atelier Ryza games that I think we talked about them one day, right, Subaru? That we were curious about them. Yeah. For some reason they are super expensive, but they have been becoming more and more popular. The Atelier Ryza franchise, right? I say Ryza, but it's more than Ryza, right? There are Atelier other name as well. But the Ryza one is the most famous, maybe. It's the one that I know. It's still fun how saving the animals or saving the frames is a major donor war whenever Metroid 3 is ran at AGDQ. Also, people, they are not sure if they should do it or not. But then you need to save them in both doors, like... Man, that's so panicking. But yeah, Super Metroid was great, and surprisingly I only got to 78% of secrets, so I still left a lot behind even though I explored what I could do, right, or the most I could. I might be theorizing the wrong area. It is not the vertical super long room that has like tiny platforms and then you need to be jumping on them, and then on the walls that there used to be the lizards, like lots of lizards. Welcome back, cool. Is it not that one? At the very end, and then after you get to the top door you reach criteria. And then in criteria you just need to like go right to exit the cave and then go to the outside area that has the ship. But I remember finding secret doors at the top of this vertical room, right? At the very top. There was also one in the bottom as well, in the left bottom. But I believe that left bottom door is maybe where you come from when escaping from the secret area. I'm close but not quite right, okay. Maybe I'm still missing something. So is this okay, like our volcano in here? I guess it's fine, right? It's not too bad, not perfect, but... I guess it's fine. Yeah, I will keep it like that, otherwise I'm going to spend all of our money, so... let's save again. Is the webcam okay? It is. Recently, we heard that this one company, I think they are called Scopelli or something. It is a mobile game company, right? They bought Pokemon Go from Niantic, and today I was watching a video about this company, and it seems like they are planning. It's a rumor, right? Don't take this as like it's going to happen, but I was hearing some information, like some rumors, that this company, Scopelli, they might be working on a The Witcher mobile game. Yeah, so not only they might have now Pokemon Go and Pikmin Bloom and also the Monster Hunter Now games that were from Niantic, but also they might be starting a possibility to work on a The Witcher mobile game as well. So I was hearing those news and I was thinking, damn, they wanna, really step up like their games by just getting the popular franchises now. So we worked on the volcano, but I did not do anything for the canyon. Yeah, Monster Hunter Now was a Niantic game, but now it is from Scopelli, right? Or Scopili, I'm not sure how you guys say that in English. I always think of Scolipede as well when I wanna say that name. But it was a Niantic game, yes. The freaking volcano got so much of this area that the canyon is almost not there, right? But I will see what I can do. I already think that I'm going to change my plan once again. This is not really what I had in my mind. But it's okay, as long as it looks cool, right? Have you ever been to a canyon in real life, by the way? Not necessarily the Grand Canyon, of course, but a canyon? When I think about topics like this, I always remember how much I wished that I could have seen a geyser, right? I know it's a very specific thing, but I don't know, I wish I could see a natural geyser. Oh, I don't have money anymore. And I know in the US there are many geyser spots. In Brazil I haven't heard of them. In Brazil I wanna go to the waterfalls, right? I wanna go to the Iguazu waterfalls that borders Argentina, Paraguay and Brazil. So it would also be my first time kinda in another country if I go there. But then a canyon, I think I have never been to a canyon. Not even sure if there are canyons in Brazil, maybe somewhere. But I have been to like coastal... How is this in English? I will need to Google it, right? I don't have my phone in here, no. Okay, let me Google this. Coastal walls? I'm not sure how to say that. Oh, cliffs, of course. Yes, I have been to coastal cliffs. Yeah, that are very beautiful here. But then coastal cliffs are not canyons, so I think I have never been to a canyon, and I don't even know where there are canyons in Brazil. You saw a geyser electro for the first time last year. Let's go, man. How did you feel about it? Because I don't know, I think it might be impressive, you know? Was it a very high geyser or kind of mid or low sized? I'm not sure. You know something else that I have never been to, by the way? Hot springs. That's another fantastic idea for me to try going one day, right? Hot springs, it sounds so good. Google says the most famous canyon in Brazil. Oh, Itambezinho. Is it in Minas Gerais? Let me check that as well. Maybe I'm mistaken, right? Maybe I'm thinking on another place. Itambezinho. Okay. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Oh my god. It is beautiful. I haven't heard of this place. It is actually in Rio Grande do Sul, so basically it is in the southwest state of Brazil, right? It's pretty much bordering Uruguay. I have never heard of this. Look at that. It is very beautiful, although kind of scary as well in a way, because I believe people would need to take the trail, right? So in order to see that big wall, yeah, it looks a little bit not really dangerous, but like I think I would be scared of it. But it looks amazing, yeah. You saw the Old Faithful, but you enjoyed the many small geysers and hot springs half a kilometers away. Let me Google that too. The Old Faithful. It is in the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, right? Interesting. It looks like a smoke, right? And it is quite massive, like it is huge. I wasn't thinking it would look like a smoke, but that makes sense. It looks like a cloud, isn't it? Like it looks like a cloud being shaped from the earth or something. Even though it's definitely water, but clouds are also made of water, isn't it? So, oh my god, there are pictures of like rainbows in there too. Damn. Okay, okay. Yes, I need to see this in real life. I love this. In comparison to the size of people watching it from distance, it's like people are nothing, right? Is it toxic by any chance, by the way? Because as it's coming from the soil normally has some sulfur, right? Is the gas okay? Like, can you breathe it? Does it smell something? Yeah, because I now realize that maybe it has some toxins, right? There were a few small geysers that are spraying 24/7. Oh shoot! How can they do that? That's more efficient than, I don't know, fountains, right? Wow, nature is fantastic. I saw, I believe, one of the smaller geysers in Yellowstone too. I would see a small one happily, right? I don't mind if I'm not getting to the greatest one. I take anything because I don't know of any of those in here. But then it's been like 20 years ago. Do you still remember it? Or do you only know that you have been to it? I hope you could still have the memory of seeing it, yeah. But it's safe then, right? Maybe it doesn't give us like toxic gas when it's coming out. Because I know it's just water, but as it's like deep magma water or something, maybe it could be coming with like toxins, right? I wonder as well if like the ground shakes, like could they cause some sort of earthquake or something? Maybe not, right? Maybe I'm dreaming too high on this situation. It's more chill than what I'm thinking. Oh, now I don't have money anymore. A little of both. I wanna go back. If anything, I remember the Rainbow Hot Springs that made me think of Chrono Cross. I remember that too a little bit, yes. The Old Faithful is popular because it erupts every 90 minutes. It's so specific. While other big ones erupt every few days or even years. How can they be so predictable? Isn't it crazy? Like, how do they know that there will still be water down there boiling up to come out? Maybe the water basin is like massive, or of course maybe it gets replenished with like the water from the rains or maybe other rivers. But still, it's kind of surprising how they keep on keeping the cycle, right? I don't know. I never thought it could be this predictable. I guess that you had to be lucky, right? To go there, oh, this is the spot, nice. And then they are kind of having a forecast of some ways of like, oh yes, we think it could be happening today or like this afternoon, but it could also not happen. But that's actually very crazy. And then because it is that predictable, they can profit out of it, right? They can have the excursions and tours, and then programming groups to be there and singing it. But then what about the hot springs? Have you guys been to hot springs? One day I'm going to go after those natural uh, beauties that I dream to really see them, but I don't know, I never really go after them, right? Yeah, there is even a website predicting the daily schedule. It can be off by 10 minutes or so. That's still not bad. It's just like those websites that also predict waves, right, for the surfers. That's also kind of crazy. You know what? I like this. Even though it's, again, not my original idea, the small canyon is looking okay. Should we add geysers in here too? We could, right? Some geysers. But then again, where am I placing the coaster if it looks like this? I might have a small area right there. Yes, I think I'll use that area right there to start the coaster. I've been to and soaked in natural hot springs in our mountain range, so that's very close to you. Oh, but they smell heavy of sulfur. Oh no. Okay, so that's where the sulfur was, right? I was wondering if the geysers were the ones having that smell, but maybe the hot springs are the ones. Geysers usually have a lot of hot springs too. It's basically a geyser that is inactive. You know what? Maybe that makes sense too, because the geysers' waters are hot, right? That's why they erupt. So that makes sense, yeah. But then you don't remember smelling anything bad in there, Electro? In Brazil there are hot springs, or at least I think so. It is something that I believe it's easier for me to kind of find, right? Because at least I think I have heard of that. I believe in the central area of Brazil we might have hot springs. One thing that amazed me so much is how the Atlantic water in the northeast region of Brazil is hot. I mean, not hot as a hot spring, but it's warm, right? It's not like cold, freezing water when you go to the beach. That's in Rio. In Rio's water is very cold. But in the northeast, it is warm temperature water in the ocean. So it's so, delicious. It's one of those waters that you don't need to like enter it like cautiously to not freeze, or like to not I don't know, feel uncomfortable. No, it's one of those waters that, oh my god, this is delicious already. It's my temperature. Let's go. It's like that, together with the natural beauty of the beach, right? So it amazes me how that temperature is so great in the northeast of Brazil. Yellowstone has some really colorful ones. Colorful geysers? Dark blue? You mean naturally? Like nature gives us dark blue geysers? Because it could be, I don't know, oh, let's add a light, and then the light gives it an effect of another color, right? I never thought about that. The famous one in Yellowstone is the Grand Prismatic. I even love its name. Just don't watch Dante speak before deciding to go to one. Dante speak? What is Dante speak? I never heard of that. Dante speak. Is that a show by any chance? I'm not sure. The Colorful Hot Springs. Oh, Colorful Hot Springs. Okay, not really the... It is a movie, Dante speak? Let me Google that. I see, so not really a colorful geyser, right? Dante speak. Oh! What? Honestly, this is very interesting. Is this movie good, Scap? Because I mean, the rating of it in IMDb is horrible, though. It is 6.1 out of 10, but I never thought about watching a movie about, a geyser or a volcano eruption or something. Yeah, this doesn't. Oh my god, but the ratings are so bad. Yeah, in Rotten Tomatoes, it is like 30% only of approval, right? So, well, maybe I should not watch this. But the idea is fun, in my opinion. Like, it's different, you know? People don't normally make movies like that. Of like hot springs or volcanoes and geysers and that stuff, right? So I was kind of interested about the settings of it. And it has Pierce Brosnan even. Yeah, volcano eruption movie. Yeah, the colors were from the minerals, the salts, and algae. It is okay, it's not horrible. The effects are killer though. Oh my god. Maybe they aged a lot. It sounds like a good casual afternoon movie, right? You definitely made me curious about it. Just because it sounds different, like normally when there are tragedy movies, they are most for tornadoes, like Sharknado or something, right? Or tsunamis, volcanoes and stuff. It's harder to see. Okay, again, not really what I was planning because I don't have a lot of space. But I don't hate this. I guess it is what I could do with the space that I have, you know? My original plan was like having the mine train to be inside of the canyon and cruising and turning and coming back and tunnels and all shits and that's my plan. But then it is what it is. So could I delete the go-karts in here to get extra space? I could, but then I need the go-karts in there because it is where the money is coming, so I cannot delete that. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. We can even place a pyramid there or something. Yeah, I think I take this. Look up for the Grand Prismatic. Okay. This is also in the Yellowstone, right? Grand Prismatic. Oh, never mind. I saw that on the Google search. Yeah. This this looks like the Chrono Cross waters that we were talking about. Yeah, the color of this Grand Prismatic water is a lot like Chrono Cross shenanigans to me. It looks like a big eye as well in a way, right? Especially because of the, I don't know, the orange around it. That looks like some sort of, I don't know, something dark around your eye, you know? It is the largest uh, spring, right? The largest spring in the US and the third largest in the world. What is the largest spring in the world? Largest spring in the world. Where is that? Wait, they gave me a Florida result, but then Florida is also in the US, like... Yeah, the largest prismatic spring is the one in Yellowstone, the Grand Prismatic, but then I want to know what is the largest in the world, like Silver Spring in the US? No, 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 wait. Maybe it's not giving me the thermal part. It's not just the spring, right? It's like hot spring. There we go. Maybe hot spring change the result. Oh, New Zealand. There we go. The Frying Pan Lake. Oh my god, the Frying Pan Lake. That's an amazing name. The Frying Pan Lake in New Zealand is the world's largest hot spring by surface area. It is located in the echo crater of the Waimangu Volcanic Rift Valley. Frying Pan Lake. I love that name, it's so good. It's like, let's give it a silly name. Frying Pan Lake. Yes, I totally saw the Chrono Cross stuff in the Grand Prismatic. You need to go there, Scap. So you can, you know, play some Chrono Cross in your earbuds when you're looking at it. Hopefully no extreme. We haven't even started it, right? Cool. We're only... This is the opposite, or kind of the opposite, of the Ghost Coaster that we worked on the decoration after it. But the landscaping needs to be the first thing, right? Yeah. But yeah, hopefully no extreme, but I think we won't, because the Mine Train Coaster has the banked turns. Banked turns can be helpful for us. Yes, Cap, definitely right. So let's start it. I don't have a lot of money, but we can see how this goes. Also, by the way, Scap, I saw that you started playing the Tomb Raider games on Steam, right? I was thinking you would start playing the Metroid Prime games again, thanks to the Super Metroid streams that I had. But you decided to go to Tomb Raider, right? And then, how was it? Like, I'm guessing you were replaying all of them? How deep in secrets are the Tomb Raider games, by the way? I think I have never asked myself that. Like, do they have a lot of secrets that are like very hard to find, very hard to get? Or are they more like an adventure, not really linear, but you know, more direct sort of like experience? Because Super Metroid was full of secrets, like a lot of them, right? I actually think that Tomb Raider might have a lot of secrets, especially the old ones. Maybe not the newest ones. The newest ones, they feel to me more like I don't know, they have a lot of those cinematic experiences from some newer games, you know, maybe a little bit like Uncharted as well. Not fully, but plenty. And then what about Cool and Nubble and Monster Hunter Wilds? Have you guys been playing it still? How has it been? Did they fix the game on PC? By the way, Electro, when we were having the Steam sale right now for the spring sale, right? I remember that Cool wanted to buy Planet Coaster 2, wasn't it? And then I kind of told him that the game was a little bit glitchy and full of bugs, and people were complaining about it a lot on Steam, on its Steam page. Do you know how it goes? Have you tried it? Planet Coaster 2? And then I told him to actually get the first one because it was more solid, right? Yeah, but there were those kind of bad reviews on Planet Coaster 2 that made me wonder if the game was good or not, but it sounded that it was not very good. Not sure if you have played it already, or maybe watched people playing it, or if you know how it's looking like. But in the end, I decided not to think about getting it yet, because I'm kind of trusting the reviews I read on Steam, right? Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we are kind of covering the canyon I just built, but I guess I have no other option. Let's get... oh, that's the max. Sure, let's start with the max level then. I think that Planet Coaster 2 is improved, but I haven't tried it, so they did work on fixes. So maybe the reviews I was reading, they were maybe older reviews before they worked on improvements, right? That sounds better. Yes, I do hope that they can fix the game. So they are more linear experiences. That's a little bit sad. All the levels are contained and the secrets are just fun little things to find. But I'm going to be honest, I'm using a... oh, you're using a walkthrough to find all of the secrets since you have already beaten these games. Which means that actually they are very hard to find then. Interesting. So they might be kind of linear experiences, but not necessarily easy to find the secrets. Like it's not something more direct, right? You can still find yourself lost in order to spot one thing or another. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know, because I don't know, it could just be a puzzle solving adventure, you know, that you kind of keep on progressing from room to room until getting to the end of it, the end of the dungeon. But not necessarily that there were collectibles that were very well hidden, or something that could, I don't know, give you extra health. But I kind of guess, or I'm not pretty sure how does health work in Tomb Raider. Or maybe, I don't know, a better weapon or ammo, you know, minor things that could be maybe perma upgrades as well, or I don't know, maybe pieces of lore too, like artifacts and things like that, right? Linear, but they still feel open, and it's easy to get lost in. Okay, so maybe that's the problem. You don't have a map, or maybe the map is not very good. Besides hoping for Lara Croft to get to Smash Brothers, right, as a playable character, maybe could be getting a new Tomb Raider game, don't you think? But what I think we might be seeing tomorrow is actually... oh, never mind. I mean, no, it could be tomorrow, like Silk Song. Yeah, I think Silk Song would still work for the Switch 1, right? It's not necessarily something for the Switch 2, so we could be seeing that tomorrow. There are no maps. Okay, now I understand why you were checking the guides, right? Yeah, no maps. It doesn't look fun. I'm still hoping one day Tifa in Smash 6. I would love Tifa to be there, but I still think that I would prefer having the Chocobo and Mog for like fun and randomness, right? Also, by the way, speaking of map and stuff, I wanna know from you that are on Discord, did the like the new channel I was working on, the stream like drawings and notes channel, is it working? Like, could you guys see the things in there? Because I was updating that in these days that I was not streaming, and then I had to find all of my notes, all of everything, and take pictures. It's working, right? I'm not like a pro at Discord, so I wasn't really sure if I was making everything right. But I'm guessing it's there, right? Everything's in there, everything is working, people can see it, right? It's not like private or anything. There we go. Thank you so much for the feedback, because I was worried of it being private or something. As it was in the welcoming section, that's pretty much the channels where normally only I post things, right? But if it is working, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you, and then I will keep it updated as we work on more notes or more things. I have the feeling, although I'm not sure, that possibly I may have lost some notes because I don't know, some things felt shorter than how they should be. For example, Final Fantasy VII, I only found one page of it, but maybe not. I don't remember how many notes I was taking back in the day. I don't know, some of those games that I found the notes, I felt like maybe they could have had more notes, but those were everything that I could find. So yeah, also not every game had notes for sure. Some games didn't need to have notes, right? Also, some notes I did not understand them. Some of them I had to like crack down codes to like, oh yeah, this was from this game or something. For example, there was one section in there that I had to really Google it because I didn't know what it was about. It was from freaking The Last of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Remember that? So I was like, oh shit, there is a note for this game? Yeah, so there was one section in there with that. But yeah, I was surprised that some games did not get as many notes as what I thought. Like Final Fantasy VII. Even I would say the first game I streamed, like A Link to the Past, I remember getting stuck in there and things, but maybe I was using my memory to like find myself or stuff. I don't know. There were some Wind Waker notes, which was the oldest notes I found for like the songs, right, for you to do them. But yeah, those were the things I could find. If I ever find more lost papers, then I will update that. And then the whiteboard will also be getting updated little by little. But if you were like curious to see like the freaking Digimon World map, it's now there as well, with its complete shape, right? And that's why I remembered about this thing to ask you, because we were talking about maps, and then I of course remembered the Digimon World huge map that I had to draw to find myself in the game. So maybe one day, who knows, if I'm playing Tomb Raider, we are going to have another map in there too. I would try out the first game for sure. They are so full of atmosphere for PS1 games, even more so with the remasters. Yeah, the Digimon World notes, cool. When we played Digimon World here. And then I remember back in the day, people were wondering how is your map looking like, right? Because I was drawing every path for the rooms. So it ended up being like a huge uh, combination of 3 papers, if I'm not mistaken, for me to complete the map of Digimon World. But then regarding Tomb Raider, I remember playing a little bit of the first one when my cousin lent me his PS1 when I was visiting my family in the Northeast region. But I was frustrated because I don't have experience with shooters, I couldn't kill the freaking wolves if I'm not mistaken. Either wolves or tigers, but as I was getting to the dungeon, which was like a... It looked like a... It's not really a pyramid, I believe, but like some sort of ancient dungeon, right? Or temple in a forest area, and then there was like a hill. And then I remember getting attacked by these animals that I think they were wolves. And then I could never start the dungeon, so then I was like, I can't progress on this game. And then I ended up playing Crash Bandicoot 2, right? And also a little bit of Gran Turismo and Tekken 3 as well. Yes, those were the games I remember playing when my cousin lent me his PS1 for 1 month. The Digimon map, I actually drew it very close to one that Sabro has in a magazine. Damn, you have it on a magazine? Do you still have it? Like, could you show it to us, in a way? I would love to see that. Like an official magazine Digimon map? That's the second level? You mean that I that I made through the first? How could I do that? Maybe it was just a level selection and then I select the second level instead of the first. Somebody's going to look for it. I hope you can find it. I wish I still had my old Nintendo magazines, right? I remember the playthrough of Paper Mario 64 that I used to read it and reread it like tons of times because I was pretty much playing that game many times in my mind by reading the walkthrough of it of the magazine, right? But then the last times I went to my hometown, I could never find those magazines again. If I return to my hometown anytime soon, then I will try looking for them again, but I don't know where they could be at. The one thing I have though is like a book that has it pretty much lists 1,000 games that were very classic, memorable, and nostalgic from the past, right? But then it's just a page talking about those games, not really a complete walkthrough or something, right? But it's pretty much a tribute. At least that's what I'm imagining. Could be wrong. No, you might be correct, man. I just don't remember what happened before that. Because I always felt it was like the beginning of the game. But I remember a hill getting attacked by wolves or tigers, a forest-like area, and going down, right? To enter this one temple-looking place down the hill. But again, it is one of those games that I have curiosity towards it because the mysterious exploration sounds intriguing. But then the platforming plus the action of it is what drives me off because I feel like I'm not good at that. And who knows, right? Maybe one day I can give it a shot, but I think I would die so much in that game. Let me think about this a little bit. Let me see if I can do something if it is closer to the canyon area because it is the ground coaster, so it should be like lower, right? Maybe we can have at least one tiny turn there. Do I need to change this one? And this one maybe? Those two? No, it's not because of them. So it's maybe because... I need to go straight first. Yes, there we go. Yeah, but then they won't allow me to do a banked turn, right? Unless I stop this earlier, maybe? But I won't get to the bottom of it, but that's fine. Oh, but this is good, okay. It's a banked turn that gets to the canyon part, alright. I think I should actually enter the volcano if possible. Can I go up? I can't. I'll need to go straight forward and maybe start another banked turn. Okay, this works. They allow me to go up like that. I take it. But then I don't have space to keep on going, right? Can I change my direction? Maybe not. Let's do the following. Let's go a little bit inside. Then banked turn again. Now I can go up still, right? Yes. Helix up small, please. There we go. There we go. There we go, I guess. Then sure, that's fine by me. Um, can I make a turn in here? But I wanted it to be banked again. The more banked turns, the better. I mean, I got out, but sure, not really what I wanted to do, but I take it. Oh, a helix up large? Oh my god, look at that! Now we are getting to the upper part of the canyon, right? Okay, I actually like that. Oh shit. But then, I don't know if I will still have speed for this, but I hope I will. But this looks nice. Although I'll need to be going up still, I think. You found it already, Summer? Damn, that was fast. I will go get my phones, although maybe they're still recharging, but I will get them still, right? So I'll be right back. Also, stream is okay? It is okay, nice. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Um, Let me go back to OBS, but first save this. So Subber, you were right, man. This does look a little bit like my map, right? The one I drew. Although it's shorter, right? Definitely shorter. But that's how I was drawing the Digimon map, right? With like tiny charts like that. Thank you, Cool. Subri saying you have a good PC, like open Discord on PC, but my Discord on PC is not logged on my streaming Discord, right? It's logged on my personal Discord, so that's why I prefer having it on my phone. But I actually don't use like my personal one that much. But for example, I was planning to play the co-op game with my friend in these days that I was not streaming. It didn't work out, but when it works out, then I will be using the personal Discord, right? But that's pretty much why I have things locked on my phones and things locked on my PC, so to not like be logging in and logging out, I prefer to separate things a little bit more. But yeah, like it looks like the one I drew, but then definitely more simple, right? For some reason, I took more steps then. I guess they are only show. Okay, I get it now. They are only showing you the areas that connect to other areas, but not really showing you how many rooms or how many I don't know levels are there in each area. So my map is more complete because I have like I don't know, let's get Toy Town. Toy Town part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right? And then connect to each room. In here they only say, oh yeah, Toy Town connects to Misty Trees. And then you adventure yourself in there to find your way pretty much. But I'm very surprised you still have this, man. And there were even some other details of the game up there. Yeah, you really made me nostalgic for these old magazines, right? I really miss them. Nintendo should have an official one again or something, don't you think? Even if it is a digital, a digital one. I don't know how expensive would that be for them to work on such a thing. Let's go back. But my favorite magazine was the one that had the Paper Mario 64 playthrough. I loved it so much. Yeah, Nintendo had that magazine in Brazil, and I used to buy them. That's the one that had my Paper Mario 64 playthrough. Yeah, Nintendo Power. No wait, Nintendo Power. I think was the one from the US, right? I think it was Nintendo World in here. We had Nintendo World and also Pokemon Club, if I'm not mistaken. You miss Nintendo Power, right? Cool. Yes, I miss those magazines as well. We also had the Pokemon one, Pokemon Club, if I'm not mistaken. I know that you can find the Nintendo Powers on Amazon. Yes, I'm pretty sure you can find like their digital copies, of course, on Amazon, and I actually think they are for free, if I'm not mistaken. Because some of the groups that I follow, and they talk about like deals and sales and stuff. I remember one day that they were posting like, oh, you can grab the digital copies of Nintendo Powers or something on Amazon. So if I'm not mistaken, they might be free on like on the Kindle, right? I hope so at least. But definitely, I do miss those magazines. They use it to also have some very cool advertisements for the games that were going to be released in the future, right? Today, all of those ads are pretty much on YouTube from traders and stuff, or sometimes from the emails we get from the companies. But back in the day, they were in the magazines, and they usually had very cool art. So the helix up is small, I can't do it. But then I can do this one for some reason. Can I go down? I can't. I need to see the height marks. There we go. That's 20, so it's okay if I go straight. Oh, it's not? I thought I was higher than 16. Oh, it's because that's 19. Okay, they are only showing me the bottom ones, right? The bottom tracks, not really the up tracks. Remember that this coaster also needs to be very long. So that's why I'm also trying to, make it to go in many loops. So I can use the most of this area I can for it to be very long. Yeah, now it's pretty much the directs and they replace the magazines or sometimes the emails, right? Or even their, for example, Nintendo. Nintendo has like a news section on the menu or the home menu of the Switch with like, oh yeah, fun games that have, I don't know, heroines. And then you check that and then they give you a small description of many different games with heroines. They have those fun things, but I think it kind of lost part of the magic, right? Of like you having the physical copy of like a big or like some big ad of a game you love that could even be a poster of some sort. I remember the freaking ad of Majora's Mask on that magazine, getting the 2 pages of like a big moon scaring the kid me back in the day. I remember that. Hence why it took me forever to check Majora's Mask stuff. I even remember, by the way, an ad of Metroid Fusion. It was about that time, Metroid Fusion for the GBA, right? I remember around that time I was buying those magazines, and I remember them advertising Metroid Fusion on that magazine. Yeah. Nintendo Power and EGM. What was EGM? Like, what does it stand for? Games, right? Something games. E games M. Pretty sure I still have a lot. I wish I had my Nintendo World magazines, right? I miss that. I miss that. I miss my Legos as well. God, if I knew, right? If I knew that I would regret all of this. Oh, it's Electronic Gaming Monthly, so that's what it stands for. I never actually went after the meaning of it. Which one would you say was your favorite though? Which one was the best magazine out of those two? You guys didn't have a Pokemon one, by the way, because we had here in Brazil the Pokemon Club. Yeah, there were many editions of them. You know what? After the stream, I will see if I can find them, like the PDFs or something, like digital copies. A Mario 64 Magnezone. I mean, I was saying that we should have the crossover between Mario and Sonic. Do you want a Mario and Pokemon crossover, cool? Although, honestly, having a Pokemon platformer game doesn't sound bad, to be honest. I can see that working in a silly way. Oh, you mean a Mario 64 magazine? There we go. You hate autocorrect? There we go. I actually thought it were joking, right, with the kappa and everything. But seriously, a platform, a Pokemon game, in a way I can see that working. The other day I was saying that we should have a racing Pokemon game, right, with the Ponytas, Rapidash, Electrodes, Starmies and everything. And even the Cyclizars, more recent racing Pokemon. A Mario 64, I remember they were part of like a certain edition for sure, but I didn't have them, yeah, because you were talking about the Nintendo Power, right? I don't think Nintendo Power was sold here in Brazil. We had a Nintendo World, if I'm not mistaken. It's a variant. But we do, yes, we did have the Pokemon Club. I used to have them too. But totally they were different editions, right? Because the ones we had in here would have the sections for like, oh yeah, let's check the letters of the fans and what they are talking about or things. So they would be checking the Brazilian fans, right? The letters of the Brazilian fans. So definitely the editions you had in there are different than the ones we had in here. You like them both. Like EGM covered more consoles, and eventually I went to Nintendo Power because it came with more perks. Oh, so EGM is not only for Nintendo then, I see. So EGM could be talking about PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, because I never really read those magazines about the other consoles. It came with more perks. I think I joined because it came with a Star Fox Adventure shirt. Another reason for me to play Star Fox Adventure, right? We were talking about that the other day, that I was feeling like it could be like a Zelda game. And then the fans might not have liked it because they were expecting an airship game, right? I could also try going down, but that doesn't work either, yeah. Okay, let's see. I need to go up still, so go up one, go straight forward, make a banked turn, and see if I can do the helix up, right? Helix up is small, yes. No, I can't still. Hi X5, what's up man? How's it going? X5, did you used to have in Argentina those Nintendo or Pokemon based magazines? Because we are here talking about them and feeling nostalgic, and I miss not having my magazines anymore, even though I still have great memories of them. Yes. Especially the one about Paper Mario 64, that I used to love to read that so much. Yes. Two mysteries that I will never understand what happened to them, and that I can list right now, are, I don't know what happened to my gaming magazines, and I will also never know what happened to my Fire Pokemon cards. Because out of my Pokemon TCG cards that I'm selling, My fire Pokemon, I could never find them anymore. I think they extinguished, right? I don't know. Yeah, I told my mom, like, if you ever see a Pokemon thing that's red, please let me know so I can sell them. We never found them. Yeah, my fire Pokemon cards, not that I was like a fire trainer, like I was not a crazy Pokemon fire type fan back in the day to like have lots of fire type Pokemon cards, but not having any of them, I totally had some of them, yes. I don't know what happened to my fire Pokemon cards, and it's funny that only them disappeared. The other types, the other cards, they are all good. The fire ones, I have no idea what happened to them. Yeah, the combat is also just okay, but it looks really good for an early GameCube title. Have you played that one rare game called Jet Force Gemini's Cap? That's another game that I also remember the ads of it on the magazines back in the day. It feels like a hidden gem slash a little bit weird game, but still creative or interesting, you know? It is one of those games that nobody talks about it, but it could be great or fun if you try it, you know? I just out of nowhere remembered of it. You probably know it for sure, but have you tried it too, like the Jet Force Gemini games? But you never really got very far into it. Was it because of opportunities or because you didn't like it? Or maybe because you didn't, yeah, maybe because it was not really your style and then you gave up on it. I remember when there were a Dragonite being a Yoshi meme. Dragonite being, okay, I don't know about that. For April Fools. Not entirely sure what you said. Oh, you're not hearing me well, okay. Because of an infection, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you have been going to the doctor or like taking care of it, right? And heal soon. But any Nintendo related thing wasn't a thing around my circles as far as I remember. Yes, I was asking you about gaming magazines. Nintendo Power, Nintendo World, Pokemon Club. Oh, you went today, it is a pain. Yeah, man, I hope it kinda recovers soon, right? Because it sucks because it is like easy to ache when I get my ear to bother me. You know, it's a pain that keeps on coming and going, and then sometimes even makes the forehead to ache as well. It's kind of annoying to have an ear infection, yeah. Yeah, man, I hope you recover well and soon, right? I don't even know exactly how to like recommend you something or suggest you something. For example, eat this, do that. I don't know what to do exactly when you get an ear infection, besides maybe taking some sort of medicine. But definitely, I don't know, definitely do not like touch your ear anymore, right? Don't mess with it. Oh, you just didn't get into it. But maybe if I give it another shot. So maybe it is not that great then, right? But have you tried then Mega Man 64? Because I know there is like a group of people in the community that really want me to play Mega Man 64. Or also known as Mega Man Legends, right? For example, Meowser. Meowser is a person that wants me to play Mega Man 64. They even keep on saying, like, the fan base of Mega Man 64 slash Legends, they keep on dreaming for a return of that franchise. Because I think the last game got cancelled, and they never really gave an end to the plot of it, right? That was a good plot, by the way, according to the fans. So that's another classic Nintendo 64 game that I never played, but many people say great things about it. Yeah, the magazines, we are kinda missing them, right? To like advertise the games, to read the walkthroughs, the guides, like the fans talking about their experiences with the consoles and everything. It is not the same how the companies advertise their games today. Normally we get the trailers only, or like some newsletters on your email. It's not the same as those physical magazines, you know? The only magazine that I remember is an anime one that was really popular around Argentina in the 90s or early 2000s. We had some anime magazines in here too, but I'm pretty sure they're different than the ones you had in there. Sabro, do you remember the Heroi or Heroi, right? Heroi magazine in here? They were, which translates to hero, by the way, in English, right? Heroi. Yeah, they were for animes. I don't remember buying them that much, but I remember them being popular here. It is okay, the doctor recommended you to do the same thing that you have been doing, so Saburo remembers the Heroi magazines, yeah. And then they had Sensei, they had Shurato, they had Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, maybe Hamtaro as well, I kind of remember that a little bit. Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, all of those OG animes. Before Naruto, right? Naruto is kind of like another season of animes, in my opinion. Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh 2, good call. Beyblade, Metabots. I hope that in 1 week I can hear like a normal person again. I wanted to play Pac-Man World Games. I could do that. It's not a franchise that I would say no, right? I could do that. I won't play them with like high expectations, at least from what I have seen of Pac-Man World Games, but I can play that, yes. Keep on reminding me that maybe eventually we can find an opportunity, right? But I can try playing that, yeah. I'm having an old man trial. No, don't worry about that, X5. No, it's going to end, right? And by the way, I'm also I kind of suck at hearing naturally, so I can feel how you feel right now. Yes, I'm always hearing things wrong. Oh, I haven't. You haven't played Mega Man 64. From what I'm seeing, the PS1 Mega Man Legends version may be the way to go. I think so too. Yes, I believe it is a improved version, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. We can also try that for a Riot, a very Riot stream, right? The Riot of the Riots. We could do that, yeah. The Forbidden Riots. We could set that up. But then if you want to see me happy, then you should try pushing me to play, you know, Worldwide Edition that I always wanted to try beating. Sounds more possible, I guess. But then again, maybe not right now, you know. It needs to be at an opportunity. Let's wait for the opportunity, yeah. But I do want to play at least Worldwide Edition because I have nostalgia towards it. I love that game. But I never beat it because they force you to beat like the entire Merrick Ishtar's gang without losing a single round, so it's very hard. But one day we're going to brainstorm our strategies and our Yu-Gi-Oh decks together and make the perfect deck and then destroy them all, right? Let's go kill all of those dragon gods or like obelisks, Slifer, and the Ra god as well. I forgot their names. Okay, let's see. What else can I do in here? I did nothing, right? I'm here chatting as always and I did nothing to this coaster, but at least... Oh, we are still going up. I won't have this much speed, right? I will not have this much speed. I wish I had, because this looks cool, but... I don't think so. But X5, are you excited for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Do you have any guesses, any expectations? We were talking here for the stream, right, or during the stream, that we believe things that must be there are Legend ZA, Metroid Prime 4, maybe Twilight Princess and Wind Waker ports, and also very possibly Silk Song. Besides that, I have no idea what else they could be showing us. Maybe the Pokemon TCG Pocket for the Switch? It could happen too, right? But besides that, I don't know. You know what? I like this turn that I just did. Yes. In case I have speed to have this. You know what? Let's go down now. We need more speed, right? We need more speed. It sounds like need for speed. My guess is that I won't have a Nintendo console for the I almost read for the forbidden memories. I won't have a Nintendo console for the foreseeable future, so hyping myself for a Nintendo game would be like shooting myself in the foot. But you should be hyping yourself, at least a little bit, because don't forget that Nintendo Directs not only show us Nintendo games. Right, Phoenix, right? Right, Professor Layton? Speaking of which, Professor Layton has a good chance of being there tomorrow as well, right? So you should be hyped, yes, X5. For Professor Layton at least, that is probably tomorrow there. Because it is about time for them to be there. So don't forget that, right? It's not only about the Nintendo games. Yeah, the Layton one, there we go, we actually remembered it. Yes, before me, good job. That's true, I think there is a good chance they're going to give us a release date. That and also the other level 5 game that nobody cares. The Fantasy Life one. Never mind, there was one person that was hyped for that. I'm not sure who was it. Maybe Emily, maybe Bookmark, because of the customization of the character and everything, I'm not sure. I said that because I thought that the game could have been better, but it looks a lot like a 3DS game, just like the first Fantasy Life game was, so that kinda made me a little bit upset, you know? I actually played the first Fantasy Life, I had the cartridge, but after some time I decided to sell it. After I kinda played it and then I got done for it, right? Yeah, but then there is also that. They probably are going to talk about that a little bit more. You know something else that I'm thinking since I'm talking about level 5? Level 5 also works on the Yokai Watch games, which is pretty much, in Japan at least, one of the biggest competitors to Pokemon, at least the anime, right? I'm not sure how is Yokai Watch doing these days in Japan anymore, but some years ago, Yokai Watch used to get more audience than the Pokemon anime in Japan. And I know that Level 5 is the company behind Yokai Watch games as well. I never thought about playing that, by the way, and I believe nobody here probably has done it so as well, right? Nobody here has played Yokai Watch, I believe. But honestly, why not? When we go into some crazy Poke clones out there, why not give it a shot, right? And try to understand why is it popular in Japan at least. Unless it is Ace Attorney 7 or later than no. But hey, you cannot play Ace Attorney 7 before you play Apollo Justice Trilogy, right? Don't forget that the games are in like... there is like a timeline. Things are connected. So do not skip 3 years of games in there, in the timeline, right? Imagine Ace Attorney 7 having full voice. Yeah, you gotta play... You played Apollo Justice, man? As you were saying, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. How about Level 5 releasing the crossover later? Oh yeah! It is right here, right? Oh no, but the freaking Maya Fey and Miles Edgeworth are in front of it. I can't get it. Or I'm going to mess with my shelf, but I do have that in there, yeah. I think it's possible, although they would need to talk to Level 5 again, right? And then they have been remaking them all. Would they remake the versus Phoenix Wright Layton game? Making 91 sounds awesome, yes. You only played the first Yokai game, how was that cool? Let me know, is it good, is it fun? Because out of nowhere right now I had an insight of like, maybe we should test them out one day, you know, just because why not? Just for the fun pretty much, like let's learn about this franchise together. But was it good? Is it bad? How is that like? Helix down small, there we go. I cannot go two of those. I can only go one of them. Yeah, the three... Wait, the three dead ass remake sports? Okay, that's very sad, right? Would be cool. Samus Returns. Is Samus Returns a good game, by the way? Because out of the things they were planning to release on the 3DS, everybody was very disappointed and upset on the other things they were trying to release, right? But was Samus Returns good? A Link Between Worlds, that's a Zelda game that I still haven't played. Yeah. Do you think we'll get Ace 37 tomorrow? I'll be honest in here. I think we'll be getting Professor Layton. I agreed with X5 that it's totally... it's a must, right? They haven't talked about the Professor Layton in forever, at least not in their main direct. So they must give us that again. But regarding Phoenix Wright, I think it's still not the time. I think they're still going to wait a little bit more. But I don't think we might be getting something Capcom. Unless they are saving the... I mean... It's something that I would like to happen, but I don't think it will happen. But I was going to say the following. What if they are saving the next Phoenix Wright game for the Switch 2? Can you guys dream on that? Because, like, graphical-wise, I think it doesn't make too much sense. Like, they probably could still be making those visual novel-like games for the Switch 1, right? But at the same time, even though I cannot imagine how it would look like, I would love to see like a fantastic, crazy-looking Phoenix Wright game for the Switch 2, but for some reason maybe the franchise won't get to that level, because like what would they be doing in the franchise so it could get there, right? Making it 3D? I don't know. But yeah, I kinda don't expect it tomorrow, but I could expect it more for the Switch 2, even though I don't know how to think of it. And then I'm expecting Capcom. Yes, I think Capcom will give us something. Maybe more of Monster Hunter, you know? Yeah. Or maybe Resident Evil 9, who knows? Again, maybe for the Switch 2, actually, Resident Evil 9 sounds more like a Switch 2 thing, right? You got stuck on the second boss of it? Is it that hard? Oh, you did play Apollo Justice? Apollo Justice is still my favorite game of the franchise, yes. I know it's like an underdog, many people don't like it, but I ended up liking it a lot. And then, yeah. Then because I didn't have a 3DS, I couldn't play Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice, I know. So once I'm finished with the OG trilogy, I will jump into Apollo Justice trilogy. I think you should, yes. Especially if you liked Apollo Justice a lot. Crossing my fingers, let's go, right? And then Samus Returns was good, although I love the unofficial Another Metroid 2 remake, which is arguably better. That's the game that you guys said it's very bad, right? What was the game you guys said that's kind of bad, that the fans don't like it? They even don't say it's like ignore this game. Isn't it that one, like another Metroid or something? The Persona 4 remake theory is coming up, right? Yeah, they found some sort of licensing domain that was registered by Atlas that could be Persona 4, right? P for R or something, and then people are speculating on that, like the patents, I believe that's the word. Other M, that's the one that people told me to not really jump into, right? But they called it Another Metroid, so it's not really a reference to Other M. It will take a while. We are in the last case of the second game. It won't take you guys that much then, if you are finishing the second game. So you're battling against Francesca, right? With her whip. All I can say though is that I'm miles Edgeworth all the way. BRB, okay, Subaru. Meanwhile, I'm here trying to understand what am I doing with this coaster. It is going all on the carts in there, but I can demolish them after I'm done with this, right? Also, by the way, I should save the game again, just in case. There we go. Oh yeah, yeah. So it's really not related to other M. It's because the another there kind of sounds a little bit like other, you know. So I was thinking if there were any connected, but nah, right? It's the fan game everyone loved, but Nintendo season desisted it. Speaking of which, I was reading that. I mean, I couldn't say that they shouldn't be surprised, but I was reading that the Power World creators were very sad and disappointed that Nintendo was like suing them and stuff because they are like big fans of Pokemon and they made everything like thanks to their love to Pokemon. Yeah, I was reading that they were very sad and disappointed that they were getting sued, but I mean, but still, to be honest, I think they, let's say, survived or like are surviving more than what I was expecting. And it's because what Nintendo was really winning against them is the thing about like capturing monsters in Pokeballs, right? Or in ball-shaped things. And then they won on that matter, on that patent, and then they had to change the way to capture power words or pals in their game. But the rest, even regarding the models of their monsters, it seems like they're still good. Although, in my opinion, they are very big rip-offs. You are glad that Pokemon is losing the case about Power Word? In a way, that's good as well, because then Pokemon won't monopolize the whole thing. But I kinda wish they were losing against something more different. You know, something more different than Power Word. Because, liking it or not, Power Word is a lot like the Pokemon models are, you know. The case is leaving Momo and Yuki quite tense after each section, so we're not in a hurry. Oh yeah, no, I will not say that you should rush it, right? But I still think you guys will eventually get there, maybe sooner than what you expect. Although, from my memory, X5, I think the third game is very long. At least the last case. Yeah, the last case of the third game is like super long. I don't remember how long was the one you are going right now, but normally they are all long, right? The last cases. But the one in the third game, I remember it was like a whole soap opera on how long it was. Yes, long and crazy as well. Yeah, you remember it too, so you played it already? Okay, there we go. I mean, I get the feeling, but it's Nintendo. So we'll take it like the end of the year if we're lucky. That sounds like me, right, when I play my games. And sometimes it lasts more than a year. That's why on Fridays I'm planning to play shorter games and, you know, things like that, so at least I can have the illusion of like I'm beating some games this year, you know? Can we be positive that we can beat RollerCoaster Tycoon this year? I don't think so. I'm not sure. There are still plenty levels, right, left. There is going to be the Mega Park that I have never seen or played, but I'm expecting a lot of work on it. I mean, my RollerCoaster Tycoon playthrough is probably going to end in the next level. The Pleasure Islands, that has like an impossible objective, right? That's where we stop this. There is no life after Pleasure Island. But I was hoping to go down here, but I can't do the Helix, right? Please, Helix. Praise Helix. Help me out in here. Give me enlightenment. I mean, just go one forward and then I will have space, isn't it? It's this simple. Yeah, it is this simple, isn't it? But then the helix is small, like helix down is small. It is that simple. There we go. Okay, I think this is fine. So where are we? Right there. Can I banked turn again? I can. Maybe the lateral Gs are going to be bad even with the bank turns. Can we continue with this? Oh, we could. Okay. Oh my god, I love this. Yes. And then I got to the pile of sand there, but I can change it if I want, right? Can we go up? I wanted to go up. Um, roller coasters on the way. Roller coaster. Oh, I see. I see. Go one straight forward, and then we try going up. Yes. I'll need to do this again, right? I do it, no problem. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we are. No, I like that. Let me save the game again. The first last DLC case was long. I haven't played the DLCs, by the way. I know, there are also the real parks. And we are also missing maybe 7 or 8 levels of the Loopy Landscapes expansion pack, right? So there is a lot to do. Hopefully, if I can keep the schedule, maybe there is a chance we could still be finishing, you know, RollerCoaster Tycoon this year, but then I need to, like, be healthy and everything, and also have the energy. But let's see, at least we are probably finishing this level soon, so that's something. And then the other ones, I'm not planning to go creative, I'm planning to go strategic. Helix up small sadly doesn't do it right. Also, by the way, I think it is important for me to start talking about this. This weekend, I'm going to have a big gaming event in the city, right? So there might be a chance of maybe I will not stream, or I'll have a short stream or a late stream on Saturday and on Sunday, because it's going to be in the whole weekend, and it's probably going to wait to finish late. Yeah, to end late, right? But then it depends if it's going to be a good event. If it is not that good, then maybe I will only spend a couple hours there and then come back home. But yeah, this weekend I will be busy with some events going on in the city. I'm actually hoping them to be very good and interesting. But maybe I'll be having late streams or short streams, or not even streaming at all in this weekend, right? So Golden Sun and Paper Trail, I'll need to see if I'm actually playing them or not. Apparently, the longest Ace Attorney game in the franchise, according to people who play the game, in average, is Spirit of Justice, with 35 hours on average to complete the story. I actually don't remember it being that long. That's funny. I had the feeling that the third game was longer than that. The real parks are short, but it has like 4 or 5 parks. Yeah, they don't have like a long list. I remember that too, yeah. But they might be tricky, right? Or challenging. Let's see what I can do in here. I actually like this turning here too. We can set some decoration in there as well. Let's go inside again, why not? Should we try going up? I think so, because we got more speed, right? So, banked turns to the left, going up. Large, maybe? Can I do a large and a small? Sadly, I couldn't. But I take a large. Go back there. Banked turn again. Up. Oh, that's quite large. And it gets above the one that we entered. But sadly, I cannot continue from there. Is it worth changing this landscape? Maybe? Oh yeah, okay. We are going inside again, I take it. Helix up again, maybe? Wait. Banked turn. Go up again. Where am I? Okay. This is crazy, but I like that. We're up there again. We're repeating the cycle, right? Can you do it again? No? The small one, maybe? Helix up is small. No, because we are getting outside of the park, really. Yeah, okay, that's sad. Um, Let me try this again. Maybe I started it late. Helix up is small, no. Go back. That's sad, I really like that, right? Helix up is small. I can only turn there, but then oh wait, I can do this? Really? Okay, this is not too bad either. Oh, but then of course I hit the coaster again, right? Maybe something like that, okay. I can also have the S bands. Now we are on the canyon. Banked turn. Wait, banked turn, there we go. Helix. Up large? No. The third Ace Attorney, the original one, in How Long to Beat, it says it's 21 hours and a half. Oh, okay, it is a big difference, right? Can you go below the coaster right there? Where? Where? Do you mean here? Or here? Or do you mean, oh, maybe under this section that I'm doing right now with the S-bands? It wouldn't be bad, right? To go, like, return under there. I like that idea. Okay, we can try that. But then let me see. I'm also hoping and guessing that I'll have speed for this, but I'm not sure about the speed levels of this coaster, right? Okay, now we are getting inside of the mountain. I'm going to set the photo section right there. I think it's a nice spot. This is reminding me of Choco Mountain from Mario Kart 64. A classic level. I need to raise this. Okay. Now we need to go down, right? Banked turn, helix down, small, yes. Oh, the coaster is on my way, or... Oh, because it is partially inside and outside. I cannot see the things. In that case, just have a drop. Go straight forward, then drop. Okay. Now I need to raise that. Okay, now I see the problem. Right there. It's this one, okay. I mean, now that I fixed that, maybe I can go banked. Helix down. Small. No. That's sad. So go down, yeah. Boom. Not too much though. There we go. Banked turn. There we go. We are returning now, right? Returning. Wait, go back. S band left, I think. No, it's right. Right. S band right again. Then I'm trying to get outside now, right? I need to drop this. There we go. Now we can go back. Show me the levels in here. Height marks on land. It is at 15 and I'm at 14. I think I should be at 15, right, to match it. So let's go back. Go up once. Then S band right. S band right. No, okay, so where am I leaving this? There, that's fine. Prepare the banked turn. Is it this one? It is. Okay. There we go. S band left. S band left. S band. I could only get 2 S bands. I'm not under it, am I? I am. It's just that the supports are crazy, but it looks like I'm next to it instead of under it, right? But then sadly we could not finish them all. So I need to finish it earlier, right? Like that. It's getting all of that? No, only this one, right? Okay. There we go. And then we're back again. I'm actually saving. This was tricky, but I like it. Yeah, look at this. Honestly, oh my god. This looks awesome. Like, look at this. Like, it's keeping the mountain without like noise, visual noise, right? Because the coaster is not on the mountain. And it gives you like this the height of the mountain as like a lift, right? As the chain lift. So it kind of impacts you like you are going to the top of the volcano. And it plays with the canyons at the bottom of it. At least on this side. The other side is more convoluted, I think. But not as much. Not as much. Because the convoluted part is still outside of the mountain. I love this so far. I hope this works. Yes, I really hope this is an operational coaster, right? Where did I stop it though? Right here, wasn't it? Okay. What else can I do? Should we try getting to the top of it? But then if I do it, I would start making it more polluted, right? Visually polluted. Because I kind of like to see the mountain, the volcano, clean. Show me the height marks. I need to see them. 15, I'm on 15, so I need to do something, yeah. Let's go down again. I think that's good enough. Then we're reaching the other side. What have we done on the other side? Nothing, pretty much, right? I can leave there, huh? But then I will not... I can also turn? Wait, but then do a banked turn to save the lateral Gs. Short turn. There we go. Maybe I can go straight ahead a little bit. Then I do another banked turn, and then I turn. I can't. So, okay, double turn it is. I guess I have no choice. Then once that I'm here, what's on this side? We have this area. I don't want to do anything in there anymore, so I will get out of it. Let's go down again. There we go. Then banked turn. Yeah, get out of there. Maybe go straight ahead. Banked turn. Go up. But helix up small. 11. I hope I have speed for this. I'm not sure. Okay, then I'm stuck. No, I'm still there. Can I leave it? I could. Okay, I'm right there now. Show me from outside. I'm at the other side of the canyon. But I'm in the middle of this fuss. Is the entrance close by? Where is the entrance is right there. And I'm leaving there. Okay. We should start trying getting to the entrance maybe. Can I make this turn? Probably not. Yeah. A simple turn? Also not. In that case, maybe I shouldn't leave it from here, I guess. Guess can't find the park exit? Oh yeah. They just need to get good. They have the maps, that's what makes me the most upset about this. Like, people that are lost, they also have the maps, right? They can't read maps. Wait, they don't say it in here? Like, where are they? Where are the I'm lost thoughts in here? They freaking say the messages down there, but they don't think about getting lost, right? They just say, I want to go home, but not like I can't go home. But they have the maps. So it's so frustrating that they get lost, but they have the maps. Maybe they are missing the compass, but I don't have the compass shops in this game, so I can't sell them the compass. The best of the ground, let's go, Bookmark. This is your coaster, right? And it's looking crazy so far. Yeah, look at this. The Choco Mountain in here, you see it? I'm hungry. Wait, not hungry, but also hungry, right? I'm hungry, damn it. What sucks in Classic is that it lowers your park rating. You mean when you are lost? Kind of, right? But we kind of reached a point in this level that the park rating is not that major for us anymore. Yeah. Oh, speaking of hungry though, I think I'll get a snack because you kind of remind me of my snacks escape. And I actually tried the other chocolate bar that I bought because I'm now trying to get more used to those bitter dark chocolates, right? That have more cocoa than sugar and stuff. This one that I bought from Hershey's, it is 60% level of cocoa, and I actually love it. And then maybe next time I can try getting a higher percentage one, like a 70% or 80%. But I got two of them. I was eating the regular chocolate one, like just chocolate flavored. But then I tried this one that's cranberry flavored. Have you guys ever tried a cranberry chocolate before? It is good. That's the one that I'm going to get 2 tablets of it. But at the same time, next time I think I will buy the regular chocolate one because when I'm eating chocolate, I realize that I really prefer the taste of the chocolate itself than the artificial flavor that goes together with it, right? It's a good chocolate, don't get me wrong, but again, regarding this dark chocolate, I felt like the chocolate taste was better to me than the artificial one of cranberry, right? And the other day, Nubble was saying that, according to him, I got very lucky to get a Hershey's chocolate that I liked because he said that Hershey's has been losing their quality. They kind of changed their formula, their recipe or something, so it doesn't taste as good as before, according to him. Like maybe the formula they have in here is the original one still. Not sure if it's only changed in there. I'm not sure, but I did like those chocolates from Hershey's that I got. Yeah, at least the gas count is good. I mean, but the guest count is good because of the park rating. It's when the park rating goes down that the guests also start going home, right, and not coming to the park. So they're kind of related. But at the same time, I think we have a good amount of money, so that's why I'm not too worried on that. Alright, I'm already loving every bit of it. Let's go bookmark. Hopefully we can finish this tonight, right? It is starting to get late, but I think we're almost doing it. But let me get the chocolate because I kind of wanted to grab it a little bit, so let me eat it as a snack. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me do this very quickly. Full cam, there we go. That's the tablets that I got from Hershey's. And this is the one that I got, right? This bar right here with cranberry. And it's 60% of cocoa right here. It is good, but next time I'm buying the regular one because I actually loved like the taste of bitter cocoa, and you know I want more of the regular one, yeah. But this is the one that I'm trying, and I actually liked it. By the way, are you guys any excited for Easter? Because Easter is coming up, right? And the people from Pilates, like from my class of Pilates, they have been already talking about Easter and how crazily expensive the Easter eggs are here in Brazil. Like, it's insane. It is very unbalanced. Like, the prices, they are not our reality. So, do you guys know if, like, the Easter eggs in there are already being sold? How are the prices? Because in here, it's looking like tragedy, right? I even joke, but although I kind of mean it, it is better for you to get the money would be using to buy the Easter eggs, to like buy the ingredients of chocolate and then have chocolate for a whole month. Like by just doing the chocolate yourself at home, you know, because the Easter eggs are very overpriced in here. It's insane. It's very expensive. You could buy, I don't know, a very good quality shoes, you know, for the price of an Easter egg, or like clothing, a freaking good game. If you save up more, I don't know, if you buy 3 Easter eggs, you could buy a 3DS, I don't know, a Switch Lite. It is at that level, depending on which Easter egg you go after, right? So it's been some years already, but my Easter has not been with Easter eggs anymore because I would rather save up some money instead of be spending it on chocolate, when it's even better for you to be buying tons and tons and tons of chocolate bars like this that will get more grams of chocolate than buying a simple Easter egg because it's round and spherical and oval shaped, but it got less chocolate than like tons and tons and tons of chocolate bars. You know, so yeah, Easter has become very pricey in my opinion, which makes no sense to me. The one thing about cranberries though is that it has some sourness, right? That combines very well or matches very well with the bitterness of the chocolate. I could go with a Hershey chocolate bar or chocolate bar. You know what next up? A symphony bar. A symphony bar? Let me Google that. A symphony bar. Easter is just another day for you, Scap. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I haven't seen those before, but they look great. Yes, I don't think they have those in here in Brazil. They are very different than the things I have seen, right? But those are not bitter chocolate, right? They seem to be like milk chocolate. Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. This is in Portuguese. So they do exist in Brazil. I just have never seen them. Interesting. Maybe I need to find them in a Hershey's store or something. Not in the supermarket that I go. Yeah, they have nuts, right, and almonds in there, bookmark. Yeah, to me, I don't celebrate Easter as well, kind of. But I used to like to treat myself an Easter egg or something, but not anymore. Don't forget Cresselia versus Darkrai event is live in Sleep. Oh, but I never played Sleep. I mean, how is that like? Like, what's going on? I never played Sleep because I think it's going to make me more anxious, right? I know it's supposed to be helping you to have a sleep schedule, but on the other hand, you kinda get anxious to see what are you going to get as a reward when you wake up, you know? Yeah, cool, I never played it either. Okay, so I was talking for a lot of time with the chocolate on my hands. So look at that. I'll need to go to the bathroom to wash it, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back once again. I was saying that I prefer the regular chocolate one. I think I still, but I'm not gonna lie, trying it again now, maybe I got more used to the taste of the cranberry and the dark chocolate. I like it more. Yes, I like it more than what I was thinking. Maybe if I keep on eating it until I get to the end of the complete bar, I might like it even more. Because it is not bad, it's just that now I still felt the chocolate taste. Maybe in the first time I was trying it, the cranberry taste got to me the most. But in this second attempt right now, I felt a lot of the dark bitter taste too, so... Or the dark chocolate bitter taste, so... I got what I was asking for, you know? Anyway, let's go back to the coaster, or we are not finishing it tomorrow. Sorry, not finishing it today. Where was it? Right there. Man, I freaking like it. Eating that chocolate tablet was fitting for this coaster. The big volcano, the Fudge Mountain, right? After New Zealand having a hot springs called Frying Pan Lake. I could call this the Fudge Mountain for sure. Or if I wanna go more Brazilian style, the Brigadeiro Mountain, right? Which is our most famous chocolate dessert. The Brigadeiro. Okay, where was I here? Underground view. Height marks on the right tracks. I was somewhere around these parts, right? I was going down maybe. And then we stopped there. Wait. Yes. We did this turn. And then what? I was going up to exit there. And then I did this. I'm kind of lost. Wait, am I going back? I think I'm going back. Yeah. Where am I? There. Wait, I'm lost again. There we go. There we go. I found myself. Okay. I need to start thinking about returning to the entrance. I'm at level 12. I can make a turn. I can. I'm not sure if I'm fast. I will hope that I'm not. So I'll leave this turn like this without going for the bank turn. Okay. Yeah, just go straight forward. That's fine. The exit is right there. Okay. Yeah, let's just complete it to see how it goes, right? If we need to adjust it or fix it. I'm under it, isn't it? Yes. And it leaves me right there. Interesting. I think I would rather see it up there. Yes, I would rather see it up there. Can I leave it sooner? Underground view. Go up. Chains. Yeah. Yeah, maybe something like this. But then it's at level 16. I'll need to go above it. Like a bridge, right? Yes, like this. Then I need to go back to level 15 so it can connect to the entrance. Can I make this turn? I could. And then what's the problem? Oh, I'm a little bit off. Oh no, right? But fine, go back. Before you exit, I'll need an S-band left or right? Right. Isn't it? I think so. And then you go up. Oh, but then wait, go back. Go way back. S-band right. Go up with the chains. Level 15. I'll need to get to 18, I think. Or 17 maybe. No, 18 because it is at 16. Yes, like that. Go out. I didn't want to keep going with the chains, but maybe. I always miss out on these kinds of events. Do you play Pokemon Sleep, Bookmark? By any chance? Oh wait, I'm still at level 18, I forgot to go down, right? Yeah, we need to go down again. 16, I'm still missing one, but I need to turn, otherwise I won't be able to do it, right? Yeah. Can I go down earlier? Not really. Wait, maybe? I think I did it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Why am I not connecting? Because of the station, but I just need to delete one of the station. By the way, our park rating plus our guests are super low right now. But at least we did this, right? We completed the coaster, ripped the adventure music once again, and we got the... yeah, the mine train coaster. Let's paint this. Which color bookmark do you want the mine train to be? Which color is like fitting for the ground coaster? I could even change the colors of the tracks, right? To make it more ground-like. But also the trains, I don't know if that green is the most fitting one. I guess these colors right here. Maybe with that. I kinda like that. And then the tracks. Try another one. Maybe the other one that I haven't used. It's not too different. What was in here before though? Was it black? No, it's not black. I wish I could reset what I did, right? Oh, I think it was silver. Silver, there we go. Yeah, maybe it is better to keep it like this. Mocha color? Mocha is green, right? You think we should go for the contrast? This one? You know what? That doesn't look too bad. From the ground, actually, yes, that's a great. Or that's great, it gives me the feel of it. A Rhyperior is orange, right? Like this orange? Oh shit, wait. Maybe not that one. Okay. No, wait. I think it's still this one, isn't it? Yes. Orange? Honestly, okay. To me, it's okay. We could pick the other orange, but this one? This one is even more like him, I think. Yes. I can see Rhyperior in there. I like that, yeah. And then the Mocha train. For the contrast. Maybe... wait. The green tones are very like each other, right? Maybe like that, I guess. It has a red horn? Red? Red? Do you mean the drill? The drill is silver, isn't it? Am I crazy? Let me Google that. Rhyperior. No, it is silver, yeah. Ground gem coaster bookmark, yeah. Yeah, maybe we're thinking on somebody else. I like that I don't mind. It all looks great. Brown mocha and beige are your favorite colors and gray too. Let's go, yes. So let's keep it that way. But we need to test it. Does it work? Does it match the requirements? First try hype? Or more like try again, loser? Let's see. By the way, what happened to our park rating? Jesus. You guys were talking about it. Look at that. Okay, it is working. It got speed. Please don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. It's not stopping. It stopped. It stopped. No, it got so close. Wait. I will test something. If I have less trains, does it help? No, not two trains. One train. I think it will not help it. I think it would help it if it had more trains, right? Having less trains, I think it's worse. Show me the speed of it. 5 miles per hour, okay. Follow the train, let's go, right? Yeah, having less cars per train, I think it's worse. So close, right? The park rating drops like that when guests are stuck in some spot. I know, yeah. I can't do much about them, right? I will not be fixing that. Especially not in the last coaster, like... Why were they extra lost right now and not like before? They have been complaining every time. Even if I save them from their stucking points, they are going to still be lost. I was thinking this was more related to like my rides being broken and the mechanics not being able to fix them. Also the amount of rides that nobody is coming to them, right? Because of the overpricing and things. Okay, we need to fix this now. We almost did it, but then unfortunately the problem is in a very complicated spot. Like, this is perfectly fit, right? I don't know how to change this that much. Um, if only could have more cars, but the station needs to be this limited, unfortunately. How can I change this? The problem is that I was going up, right? And then there I go down. I think maybe if I don't go up or down. Let's see. Yes, I'm still going up and I can't go up anymore because I won't have speed. So maybe is show me the height marks. 23, I'm at 20, you see? Unless I start this from earlier, although it kinda sounds like bad. Or I use the chains. I could use the chains too, right? Go back here, please. The chain? Yeah, I'm thinking about the chain. It's going to be a bummer, but not sure what else to do. Why can't I make a turning here? Like I was doing before. Helix down small. No, helix up small. What am I doing different? Was I inside of it? Maybe? Well, in that case, since I need to go inside, then give me the chains. And then raise that. Then let's see. I need 2 turns, but I can't because I need to raise the land again. Oh, it's this one. I didn't get it. There we go. Again? No, wait. There we go. Now I can go out, please. Not again, because I'm there. Okay, now I could. Can I connect? Make a turn. I won't have speed in here, so I can just go for a regular turn. Then I need to go up once with the chains and then connect. What about this? It is definitely more boring than before, right? But let's see if it works. Also, wait. 5 cars. Yeah, it is not as cool as what it was before, but at least it is symmetric regarding those two entrances, so it's not as bad. Let me save the game again, just in case. And see how this goes. Welcome back, Subber. We're at the end of the coaster, right? But we had a problem. The coaster could not finish the track. So we had to change this section here. Please get there. It got there. Now get to the last section. Nice. And then start the loop. I think it won't be very fast, which is not good. Because we are going to have like... Oh wait, no, we got faster now. Nice. Yeah, we are going to have areas that go up right now. Please? 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 Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now take the photo. Go down, nice. Let's go. Now you're thinking with momentum. Now go down. Okay, we did it. I don't think we are... Yeah, now it goes to the end, right? Yeah, I don't think we're getting stuck anymore. Right? There we go. The final chains. Yeah. There we go, there we go. I'm worried about the other parts now. Yeah, there was a critical moment in there, but we did it. So what do you guys think? But perhaps it can work from there, maybe. It is long, so that is done. In case actually the excitement is good enough, they are going to give us that we finished the level, right? At least I think so. I personally think it is exciting enough. Because it goes out and in, you know, the lateral Gs are not too bad. It needs to be 7 though. Yes! Yes! We did it! Where is the celebration? Do I need to make it open? I don't think so, right? Or do I actually need to open it? Where is my celebration? We finished the coasters! Guests! You had a job, I know I made you wait for 69 years, but... Release the balloons! The applauses! It's finally over! Do I need to open it? Maybe I need to open it. It's been forever since I played this, so I don't know why it's not triggering. But the coaster is done, like, it's complete. Let's open it, it's fine. I just need to make a path from there, right? Let's go. Almost first try again, so I'm very happy about that. We only needed to do some minor adjustments. Show me the height marks. Height marks on path. 15, it's even on the same height. Let's go, perfect. There we go. Open it! And then every 10 minutes for inspections. And the photo, I mean, not that it's going to matter that much anymore, but... Yes! We did it! Balloons. Where are the balloons? They had no balloons? Wait, they had balloons. Where are they? There is a balloon stall here. Am I crazy? Oh, there is. Oh, there we go. I now see the balloons. There they are. Let's go! After 69 hours, we got the 10 different gem coasters ready, working, creative, different, amazing, exciting, extra long. Are they not going? Wait, is something wrong here? What? Oh. Wait, is this? What the hell? I'm dumb. I swapped the entrance and the exit, and I could not realize that. Okay, wait a minute. Yes, I'll need to close it again. I mean, no, I will not close it again. Come on. Let's just do it the ugly way. Like, go around, it's fine. There we go. There we go. The ugly way, it's fine. Although I would rather have that pointed to another direction. It's okay if it points like that. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I wanna see them though. Let's see them. There we go. Year 69, right, Electro? Yeah, it's funny that the other stream, the other guy was here pointing that out. Holy shit, year 65, 64. And then, yeah. There they are. All of them with the early yellow shirt color, right? Because we finally did it. And I'm very happy that these last coasters were very fitting for their ideas. Again, as always, they look different than what I had on my mind because of limitations and stuff, but they end up looking very cool. I love how we actually could mix the coaster and the mountain and the volcano all along and not really make the volcano very polluted, right? Because we used most of it inside, but from the outside it looks majestic still, you know, it's not like full of things. And thankfully this coaster was like very balanced in a way. Look at that, it has even smaller, not smaller, but slower sections. That was not like major for it to not have 7 of excitement, so I like that a lot. And also, it's next to the Ghost Coaster, so there is a change of scenery that's very strong too between them two. It's also next to this jungle here, that's next to the Poke Center. Let's see if they're going to love it. I want to see if they loved it. There they come. Are they buying the photos, hopefully? One of them is sick though. Yeah, love it. They too loved it. It was great. They got the bookmark photo, look at that. It is autographed by yours truly, right, Bookmark? Okay, this was a huge success, let's go. And with that, the volcano coaster in the Fudge Mountain. Next to the Ghost Coaster right here, it is so funny how the Ghost Coaster is super long, it is exciting and everything, and still, don't you think it looks, don't you feel like it's hiding? Like it's not easy to see it very well, you see? It's kinda, I don't know, it is not as easy to see or to notice or to pay attention to it as the others. The others are more like spot on, I see you, coaster. The Ghost Coaster is more hidden, right? At least I feel it like that. Look at that. The Grass Coaster is very different than the Ghost Coaster. Somebody saying the gas that checks the objective, he died from aging. And the replace guy didn't get to here yet. Don't worry, Subber, we resurrect them with our revive, right? We sent him to the Poke Center and he was healed up to full health. Yes, Nurse Joy does her job well. But there we go. It's such an honor. Now for Pleasure Island next week. Yes, cool, for Pleasure Island, right? I'm so happy that we're doing that. Next level is going to suck, right? And I get to suggest the first coaster. Okay, I can take that. I will do my best. Yeah, here, let me send you my idol signature. Or do you prefer the mascots Yufu, Wafu, or Yufu instead? Let's go Yofu, right? Yofu, Wafu, or Yufu instead. They should have like a stamp as well, right? Or a sticker for you to add them to your to the photos of the coaster. Do you guys have a favorite coaster, by the way? Oh my god, look at this. Did I save the game? I should save the game again. Out of the 10... Oh my god, okay. I think I'll never be able to build a park like this, by the way. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I'm now happy that I decided to add the sand canyon parts in there, because it really shows that we actually remembered of the sand, right? The only thing we left... Oh no, not even that, because this is the future... Yeah, it is the Martian land, right? I even used the Martian land in there, that's true. Yeah, I think I will not build a park as great as this one, guys. I hope I will, I hope I'm wrong. But god, this is amazing. I'm very proud of this. We worked on this together, so thank you so much for your help. All of the coasters are so majestic, right? The water section in here, even though the water coaster itself is very simple, the water dungeon, the water temple is amazing, right? Together with like the waterfall effect of the water right there, next to the fire coaster and the ice coaster in like a Hailfire Peaks from Angel 2 in contrast too. Or Freeze Flame Galaxy from Mario Galaxy. Man. And then the castle of the freaking rock coaster together with the Goron's mountain in here. Like they two are very like sturdy and rocky and, you know, groundy. And then you have the... How is it called again? The Lost Forest, Lost Woods. Like the forest in here with like the magical, mysterious and creepy woods as well. And then the lighthouse as well. Let's not forget about the lighthouse. Okay, I like this a lot. And it's funny that the Dragon Coaster, even though it looks great, regarding its scenery, it's the one that's the most boring one, although it has the dinos, right? The dinos look like nothing next to the Dragon Coaster. But do you guys have a favorite? Like a favorite ride in here? Somebody's asking like, are you going to do Pleasure Island? Is it going to be full of, I don't know, motels and stuff? But in English it's different, so I don't think the word is motel, right? In English, motel is like a hotel, kind of. But I got what you said, right? Sounds like full of enthusiasm. This park, yeah. Any guests or guesses for favorite coasters? Let me think about that too. Building those last two were very nice, especially because I appreciate how we could easily complete them, right, without a lot of struggle. I could still decorate this more, by the way, if I wanted, but I think I will save it like that. I like that it's very brute and natural, right? But I could still decorate it, for example. There is this turn right here that I could add something. But I kind of like it this way, yeah. I will say the ice coaster is one of the best because it is like a freaking bobsled coaster. It's a nightmare to build this. We even have like the snowman and panda right there having fun. My favorites in here are probably the ice coaster and also the fire coaster, because the fire coaster is also not easy to work with this model, right? Regarding the environment or ambient, water coaster, like the water coaster, I can be looking at this for an hour. Like my eyes are pleased by seeing the water effects of the water coaster and the three-dimensional illusion as well. I think the psychic coaster fits the typing very well, but maybe I should have worked more on the surroundings of it, right? The coaster looks great, but the grass around it, it's boring, right? Maybe I should have done something different to it. Maybe adding the Alice in Wonderland theming with like the cards. Oh yeah, the cards could be nice for that, right? Yes, I think it's missing the cards in here. Maybe the chess, you know, the chess pieces. Yes, I missed that opportunity, right? Maybe even adding those candy things. Yeah, that's how I would change it, right? Or improve it. Honestly, maybe the most boring one is the first one we built, like the grass coaster, because it is very basic regarding the forest, right? But yeah, that's our Poke Park. That would be super fun. They all look so grand. Please give us screenshots. They look crazy, right? They were really super creative. Let's go, and I hope I can come up with more ideas for the, I don't know, next parks we get in, especially for the Mega Park. I do have an idea for the Mega Park, but I don't know how am I going to work it out. Ku is going to sleep, alright, man. Hopefully we get a great direct tomorrow. I'm also going to bed since we finished this park. But before we go, in case you guys don't know, right? Because I have been talking about it a lot. So I want to show you what is the Pleasure Island, and you are going to understand why is it going to be so hard that we are going to be starting it next week. Also, by the way, we are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 levels in the expansion pack. 11 plus 3, which are the real parts, so 14, plus the final 2 right there, 16 levels. Maybe we can do it this year, who knows. But Pleasure Island. Along the Fan Island makes a challenging. I love how they actually put it on the description of it, right? Because they are very right about that. A challenging setting to build a selection of coasters. We have to have 10 different coasters again. At least the excitement value is 6, so it's lower than before. But they were not joking when they said it's along the Fan Island. Look at this landscape. Look at this area. Tell me, how am I building 10 different types of exciting coasters under this condition? I actually love the ice one. I love the ice coaster too. Not only because of its looks, but also because of its challenge. Can you see the problem? But again, at least it is 6 of excitement rating, and there is no limit on length, right? We are going to work on maybe the most vertical coasters we have done in our lives. Vertical coasters. Might need to mark out equal length. Wait, equal lengths? What do you mean by that? Construction rights? Yes. I do not. I cannot buy the extend land, but I can buy the other one. Yeah, this one I saw the other day that we could buy some of that, yes. This is for us to build above it, right? Yeah, above or below, yeah. This is totally going to help. One good thing about this though is that we don't have a limited time. Like, we don't need to do all of that under, I don't know, 3 years or something. But it's still going to be somewhat tricky. because I'll need to be vertical. Yeah, I'll need to build vertical things. Icicle's word gonna be sick when you get to that. Yes, I read that too. Should we spoil ourselves? I can spoil myself a little bit, right? Hopefully they're going to give us something more light after this painful word, right? But I read that too, that next level, right? I also read the Terror Town. What the hell is that, right? An icy landscape needs turning into a thriving theme park. To have at least 2,500 guests in my park, you must not let the park rating drop below 700 anytime. This is a Nuzlocke. Yeah, this level is a Nuzlocke. If it gets to 700 under, we died, right? It's game over. Interesting, but then we need to get 2,500 guests in here. I like how, oh wow, the water in here. I was not expecting, oh my god. Interesting. I don't remember seeing like this mix of water and ice before. You know what? I like this a lot. It looks very good. But as we were checking like this entrance and then those frozen trees, I instantly got memories of Donkey Kong Country 1 Scap. Yeah, the ice levels of Donkey Kong Country 1 with those trees in particular. Yeah, but then the water, I'm amazed by this water mixing here. I like this. Also, the area is large. Yeah, I really like this level, but it's going to be tricky because of the park rating. I guess we are going to go advertising like crazy right in here. Yeah, the advertisements, where are they, by the way? Wait. I don't have the money. Unlimited money like Arid Heights? Have you been to Arid Heights already? Yes, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have money. Please tell me the guests are going to get lost. In here, probably they won't, because the thing in here is to lure guests, right? We don't need to have like a huge, massive, confusing park like we did in the previous one. In here, the strategy is different. It is luring guests plus keeping them happy. So now we need to have food plazas everywhere. We need to have bathrooms everywhere. We need to have security. Yeah, in here it's a little bit different, the strategy. We might not need to have those amazing creative looking coasters, but we need to have infrastructure in here. Yeah. Arid Heights. How was Arid Heights again? I'm guessing I beat it already. Oh yeah, the third one. That is true. It was just like this. I remember this vaguely. Let's open my level. Why not? Load game. Yeah, this was my park. Yes, I remember this a little bit. I spammed the freaking boat hires in here, right? I really like this coaster color, by the way, this aquamarine. We have a Japanese area here too. Okay, I kind of did some decoration. Oh my, did I buy this myself? Wait, build this myself or was it pre-made? Maybe it was pre-made, right? Yeah, this model, but this looks nice. Then river ride. Yeah, this is a, oh my god, look at this one. A water coaster. And then a wooden coaster right here that mixes with the water ride. Yeah, this is totally a way more simple park, right? But it can, oh yeah, what? The maze, the future maze. Man, I remember this too. I wanted to build some sort of Area 51, right? Bro, this is so OG. And the astronaut, oh my god. Okay, I love that we returned here. Also this hard line coaster, right? Okay, the Area 51, I forgot about it. It was so nice to build this. With the maze right there. Yeah, because that kind of makes a little bit more sense to me, because as it is infinite money, probably I allowed myself to do some creative things, right? Even though it was not really the focus. Alright. Yeah, let's see how those levels are going to be like. Hopefully it'll be okay. But Pleasure Island, I'm a little bit scared, but at the same time we can do it, especially because there is no time limit. So if we take our time and then really get to build vertical coasters and get better at them, we'll be alright. But then everyone, that's it for tonight. Thankfully I still managed to have the stream even though I had webcam freezes, the game was not being captured by OBS and all sorts of shenanigans. I also had to play this again with like the windowed size, not full screen size as before, but that's fine. I can get used to this if I need to again. But I will still try to maybe next week see if I can do something about the settings. But I'm not sure. I think the last Windows update messed with OBS in a way. Hopefully not. But alright, let's go because today we have a Nintendo Direct to check. It is in freaking 9 hours. So I should go to bed, right? Or I'm going to be late for it. But thank you so much everyone for stopping by. Tomorrow is a rest day, but in case I'm feeling alright, maybe I can play some Sable, I'm not sure. It depends on how the day goes. If I don't go out to play Pokemon Go, maybe I will as well, thanks to the event of the bug Pokemon, I'm not sure. But in case I'm feeling alright, I say something on Discord about Sable stream. If not, then I'm back on Friday with Journey. It's going to be the start of our chill, wholesome, cozy, short indie games day that's going to be on Fridays. So we're starting with Journey, a very beautiful looking game, right? And also with some adventure and exploration. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Finally we are over with Octagon Park, and I'm so happy about that level. It took us a lot of time and also a lot of work, but it looks... The only level that I think, okay, I still want to compare this, that I think that could be any close to that. Do I remember its name? Maybe if I find it. How was it called? Maybe it's better for me to check the listing here. It is from this section too, right? Was it Icarus Park? I think it was Icarus Park, yes. Maybe the one level that could compete with that, but I don't think it wins, is Icarus Park, yes. Because I was also very creative. Look at this. I was very creative in Icarus Park too, remember? Yeah, this level was also something else. Look at this. We had all sorts of things. The city in here too. And then the bridge coaster, right? I remember this. It is very futuristic, right? Sadly, it's empty. Like, the guests are not in here anymore for some reason. The Marshall's village as well. The Martian village. The desert. Everything that was mysterious and, you know, nobody understands how it works, we have it here. Like the Egyptian people with their mysteries and stuff. Then we have a medieval section as well. Oh yeah, the freaking golf, right? There was a golf, yeah, the golf in here, I remember that too. Then the mountain at the center. Oh shit, I forgot about this. The Panda Maze. With orange Fanta everywhere. Anyway, yeah, the other time I was super creative was in this stage right here, but the other level we just finished, it beats this, right? I want a Panda Maze, right? Bookmark, look at this, randomly a Panda Maze. Oh my god. We also have the ghost train that's pretty much hiding, but it shows up at a very specific point. Where is it? I saw it on the miniature. Where was it? It reveals itself. Oh, right here. Yeah, the ghost train reveals itself right here. But the rest of it is completely hidden, right? It's completely underground, pretty much. But right there, you know there is a ghost train. Anyway, it's kind of fun to go back to these levels, right? Maybe when we're done with the game, we should revisit every single park. Yes, we should revisit every single park. What about that? That's a good idea for us to feel nostalgic. I don't remember my early levels anymore though, but revisiting them is kind of funny, right? Sometimes I remember things that I have done that I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, one of our bloodshed coasters in here, we should have a bloodshed counter. When we go back to the parts, we start counting the bloodsheds, right? How many could I build in this playthrough? There is another one there too, like I had two wins. Two wins bloodsheds. And I'm pretty sure many of them were just like the chat pressuring me to like, oh yeah, go for the bobsled coaster. You cannot do it. And I was like, challenge accepted, let's go. The wavy bridge, I remember that too. Anyway, there is so much to check, and then all sorts of crazy ideas we went to on this. Oh yeah, let's not forget this. One of the best ideas. Although there is nobody going to them, but the freaking mazes, that the fun of it is actually the jump, right? Oh, these guys are lost down there though. But there is a way out. Or there used to be, like stairs, right? Oh, there they go. Remember this crazy idea for the maze? That's just like a free fall. Yeah, there was also this in here. Anyway, let's just go, right? We can work with some other craziness in the next levels as we are reaching the end of the RollerCoaster Tycoon game, although there are still 16 levels, if I'm not mistaken. Let's tackle them strongly until we reach the Mega Park, so I can live my childhood dream of seeing how it looks even, because I did not get spotted myself on the Mega Park, so I'm expecting the best of the parts. So guys, have a good night, let's have a great Nintendo Direct today, and I see you then. Good night.